What is their objective? What can they do? Not too many ultimates even online. Cryo's had this orbital strike for quite a while, and I bet they're hoping that Lev would go back to this U-Haul play so he can just make a toaster out of U-Haul. Happening. Leviaton seems to be staying in the open, really working the Viper and the Harbor well to get the walls and the quadrants they want to fight in their favor. Moving through, you see that smile on Aspas' face. He's feeling it good.
Yeah.
Coming back with a scoreline like this. Like we said, those ults online. Boostio grabs him up right now, so they're going to try to stop this.
Cannot support anything at all towards this B area. Trying to get a flash now through the high tide. Bang was able to turn away, but instantly two players ran through it. Mazzino was able to pick him off. Now Asuna has to go for the hero play. No utility to help him out. Has to try to line up two players on a high-low. One crouch. Gets that first one on Takam. Beautifully done on those fundamentals now for Leviaton. 100Thieves trying to fight back out towards the spawn. Pushing out from both angles. It's all up to EU. 1 versus 2. Low HP at 11. And he's going to decide to live to fight another day. Attempt to save this Phantom. Up out of sight. It's going to be expensive in the next round now for the Thieves.
Oh, that was close. That was close. Aspas picking it up, though. Throwing one out for the homies. All right. The way Leviaton engulfed B there and actually got into the back, we saw how hard it was just for Bang. It looked like Bang was actually on the attack side for a second, and Leviaton was coming from the defensive side. That's how fast they're getting to the back line and just reaggressing. See it one more time here. He's coming from the defensive side. It's crazy. And then the cleanup. Leviaton. A few slow rounds, a few quick rounds. It does not seem like there is an opening frag or an answer that 100Thieves is able to get to really shred the numbers of Leviaton. Here they're going for a death ball down B. Look and pick up a gun and maybe work at the other side of the map, but Extremity here is held. Nobody's going to get too far on that.
Yeah, it looks like the idea was just to look into the fountain and not look too deep so they could guarantee at least another orb and just continue to stack within the B side for Leviaton. On their side, the only thing they know is that they heard an orb being picked up. Switch back towards the hookah. Busio does get the first kill there onto Tex.
He goes back. You can see him on the screen too, calling a few more. So the team is realizing Busio comes up again. Van Silly putting himself out there.
Wingman being thrown just to try to see if somebody's going to jump out the window. And with those two share shots, look at that rotate from 100Thieves. They're gambling that they might be for Leviaton to think, oh, there's probably a stack towards the B side. We'll walk back towards A. But for Lev, a wall contact within B. Busio once again. Had the crosshair, but Kong crouched under that.
30 seconds
to get
left.
that pick, and it opens up the sight. Bang, though, still with the support. Answers right back, and that's a weapon picked up.
Playing it so patient right now. There's so much util to get back in here.
They got the numbers to work with, and now Bang just got caught with utility in his hands. Mazzino pushing towards the spawn, and with the reckoning out too, but EU just gets the pick. Aspas has been hot so far in this first map. Avoiding the shots with the satchel. Here comes Asuna from behind. Well done to create the space left while the swing out. And 100Thieves will be able to get a Thrifty in round number 9.
A huge Thrifty coming in, starting off with the IGL fans I just mentioned. A lot of these rounds, Leviaton is not taking any casualties as they get to the site, and 100Thieves is having a hard time on the post plant. Well, how about dropping 2 with a Sheriff, and then having Bang come and get another one with a Sheriff? What a return on the investment here.
Seconds left.
For just the Sheriff round. Really well done. Leviaton still has a lot of money to work with, but that round is going to big help the mental of 100Thieves here moving forward. We're only 6-3. We could easily have a 6-6 half here. We have guns back on the board. The ultimates are finally up here for 100Thieves. It seems like it's been forever. We'll see how they can fold these over into a few rounds. Denial of Long B right away, knowing that orb has been something that Leviaton want, but also that positioning in general. And And it looks like they still will go towards B here, giving up the extremities of A. They're just going to lurk around Sands to see if they get a push. And maybe they hit through Hookah, knowing that you're going to have Bang at long. Yeah, sure. But if you have sight, you have B sight.
Yeah, there's going to be huge games coming in right now because you have a Thrash available to go in and push out. Bang away from the pit, and Lucio's doing the same thing for the back of the B site. Now repositioning towards the left side to get these first 2 kills. And then he onto Aspas, Dizzy towards the air. The battle down towards Sands, and Tex instantly is the last player remaining now for Leviaton. Picking up an orb here. Just trying to do the damage, but it's going to be very difficult now that the rest of 100Thieves has come through, even with the wall. Listen, a spray through the smoke from Cryo.
Boostio, the only one going down. Himself getting 5 kills in the last 2 rounds, though. So, yeah, he got his, if you were wondering. The operator now for Boostio here, and now the low buy. They have just gone through the economy of Leviathan. It took a bit of work, but they're finally here. Like I said, it could easily be a 6-6, especially now. The confidence. And it was B again, a different setup for 100Thieves. For Leviathan to look at. Boostio in just a different positioning, playing defense instead of up in their face in Hookah and then long B. It's the little switches 100Thieves is finding that is getting under the skin of Leviathan here on the aggression.
An early gamble with a showstopper towards Sands, and now that's going to press Leviathan to work towards U-Haul.
This is pretty aggro. They've got the space. Can they hold it?
Nightfall already out, pushing out for it. All the shots didn't connect. Thought they hit.
Oh my gosh.
Denied. At least the Thrash is there. Free kills coming up. Boostio getting the off kill onto Calm. Trying to find control space towards the back of the site. The dink with the shorty. Asta with the support. Trying to spray through the triple but misses. But unfortunately, it's a snake bite from King. That drops Boostio. Here's the rest of 100Thieves. Arfas alone. Only with the Guardian now. Knows that one player's towards the back of short A. The genuine headshot. The second one denied by Bang. As they're one round away of tying it up against Leviathan.
Oh, so many times is Bang left alone in those situations, and he is able to come out on top. Traps the operator, brings that back to Boostio. And 100Thieves once again deny the planet, win the round. It seems that is the goal right now for 100Thieves. Anything less, and Leviathan run away with it. Oh, that first shot, it made you wonder. But Bang's there. What are you thinking? We got this. All right.
Just saw it after 2. I was like, okay, I got that kill, but oh wait, where's the op? I gotta find it right away. And at least they picked it up. Boostio's already positioned now towards long B. As for Leviathan for the last round of the half, they were looking for that early pressure, trying to catch some players off guard towards Showers. But now we finally see a slower default, but still controlled towards the A side for Leviathan.
100Thieves now 4-4 on rounds. They get the first kill. It's just too much for Lev to keep a sight. A man down. Short A is the play. Harbor Wall already used. A little bit of a different look here from Leviathan.
Exactly. Split out the site, control the front. They have a pit to work with for the pulse plant in Leviathan. Showstopper, screen out space, and somehow it lands right at the feet of Cryo and Asuna inside U-Haul. There's that pit coming up. The plant will be safe at a default spot, thanks to Wingman. Boostio, Bang, and EU have to work together now. Already one creeping in. It's EU within that pit, trying to find a timing, but gets greeted by Mazzino with the backstab up towards Showers. Nice spray from Boostio, though, and that's the killer down. Aspas has fallen. And they try to find some space inside. Dizzy being thrown out from Tex as well. Mazzino again. Another flank. It's going to be difficult for Bang. Alone now, Shorty in the sight. And Kang stops it, and Leviathan finishes the half with the lead by 2.
Took him a bit. Took those ultimates getting into the sight with Aspas on the forefront of that being the spear of the hit. But yeah, 100Thieves did exactly what they needed to bring it back from the brink there, figuring out what the hits were looking like at B. Big props to Boostio adding the IGL, but also huge fragger in these rounds to keep them in a bit of the W situation coming into the second half.
Yeah, very well done here by Aspas. As you can see, this man with a new team still looks very comfortable in his role as an entry fragger.
Scary.
Everything's hitting from shots to rockets. But at least now, with the halftime, we can toss it to Liz, who's standing by with Boostio's biggest fan.
And Boostio's biggest fan is Boostio's father, also known as Boostio Dad. Yes, give it up for Boostio's father. All right. Now, it's a tight game right now. How are the emotions? How is the adrenaline? How are we feeling?
I'm Very nervous and excited, or nerk-excited?
Nerk-excited. I
Yes.
love a new vocabulary word. Write that down. Clip that. Now I have to ask you. Your son was entrusted to lead a team last year, brought them to a world championship, and now he's been entrusted to lead an entire new group of people again. When he was like growing up, little Boostio, little guy, did you see those leadership qualities in him?
Yes, I would say that I haven't taught him anything. He's self-taught, but we gave him the environment of he would see our family and friends come over to do LAN, Quake, and Doom, and those kind of FPS games, and so he took it from there, and he's just done fantastic.
He has done fantastic. A literal world champion leading an incredible team on this stage. And now I also want to ask you that there may be a parent or a kid watching who might want to be pro, or a parent of a kid who might want to go pro. You are a parent of a pro. Do you have any advice for them? Any words of wisdom?
Yes, I would say stay in school. It's very important. We made sure he graduated from high school,
Good
and
work, Boostio. Good work.
but we gave him the time and the support to pursue his dream in gaming, and so it worked out. And it takes a lot of luck, but keep persevering, and you could make it.
And when you're as good as Boostio, oh, I think he waved. I have to ask you one last question. The hair, the gecko green. What are we thinking? Thoughts? Do we like it? Do we wish you went a different color? Oh.
Personally, not a fan, but I love that he just goes for everything, and he's himself.
In game and out of game. Well, thank you so much, and best luck to
Thank you.
Boostio. And casters, it is back to you.
Thank you very much, Liz and Boostio's dad. And indeed, that's what I like. I mean, great support from esports parents. Whatever Boostio wants to do, as long as the mind is there and he does what he needs to do, that's important. Hell, do whatever. Valorant, and now lead this team, potentially, hopefully, to close out Bind right now.
Quick spill on stage, I believe. We're gonna get this cleaned up. Was that calm? Is that a world champion spill? Oh my. Okay. All right.
You don't see a chat, but at the same time, Boostio just stood up to like a comment, Calm just shook his head.
I think I'd have to get the calm parental interview now.
Yeah, we're
see how
playing
messy
mind
he
games.
was as a kid.
Playing mind games.
Oh, it's on the fans of the PC. But look how sturdy that PC is. It just took a hit of water. Oh my.
And it's still working. That's why we got iBuyPower this year.
Exactly. And you buy the safety of the PC. Boom. Look at that.
But yeah, you inside on the shots from Boostio. He said he was nice with it when we panned the camera right at his face. Still very confident. It looked like a battle from that first half. The 100 Thieves are still trying to find that groove. I mean, it's still a composition that they haven't really played against. If you're looking at Leviaton's side, they never really pulled out any compositions or played Bind throughout the offseason, so this is new for them. So uphill battle, learning here for 100 Thieves. Pistol round now underway on the second half with Thieves now on the attack. The Thieves on a 2-1-2, just trying to see if Leviaton's going for the aggression, and they are. There's that first shot from Aspas, and the game leader from 100 Thieves falls.
All right. Are they on attack or are they on defense? You have to wonder. Aspas just right out of the gate pressing W, goes onto the side. 100 Thieves to find two.
Santo on the top. Asano's trying to find that space back within the A site just to answer. All right, it works out. But look at this. This is all a ruse. Still two players from the, should I say, the spike alone from the 100 Thieves are moving towards the B site for the plant, while the other ones create a diversion, get these pick, even it up, and get a pulse plant opportunity in the B site.
Bring around the Rosie. And yeah, Lev is left wondering which way they have to go. Now back towards B. They're gonna find a quick haunt.
Huge tease there. That's two. The nades out. But we hide around or behind the wall, and Aspas and Mazzino stays alive for a bit. But look at the positioning from the others. Now the bubble comes out. Aspas made it through. And Aspas alive for the Sheriff could still be very scary.
Wait a minute.
Tapping on the spike. The map's been flipped.
Surely
There's the
not.
contact on the two players as Cryo and Asnar working together within the tin. Aspas looking to reposition. They know now there's no tap on the spike, but at least there's that kill. One more to go here for Aspas, who does get the iBuyPower ace, but it's gonna be too late. Does that count? Does that count for a free computer?
Ooh, does not. The ace actually has to come out with the win, with the defuse. But still, nice 5 frags. That's how it works. 7-6 here. Aspas able to get the frags, able to get that showstopper near online. But that is going to be around for 100 Thieves, coming out strong. A good delay there as well. Once they realized they weren't finding him, they said, okay, let's ourselves hide then if he's not going to defuse, because they did not want to feel that wrath. Like you said here, what a sick setup, and just tongue them into a seize, into a nade through the smoke and the hunt. And the finalizing of the kill, but not the round.
Well, you like those sets no matter what. Already within the action booster with the Sheriff. Aspas falls. I'm gonna love the Sheriff battle that we have back and forth between these two teams. Orb though did get stolen away as Busio continues his reign. And that's just him with the Sheriff. There's a gun round around this for 100 Thieves. They got rifles to work, but he doesn't care. He's going in for a third. There's the hat trick. Cryo Cells opens up towards the elbow. Even 100 Thieves are looking for the flawless. Letting the wingman to plant. Dancing with the wingman. Busio cosplaying within the map of Bind.
He knows. He knows. He's playing crowd favor right now. That's awesome. Another round here, 7-7 as we're gonna get tied up. King looking for a few on the exit. And next round is the one we look at the defensive side here a little bit more. Yeah, Aspas has been aggressive. They've gotten some early frags on pistol rounds. Nothing on this one, a flawless, but what will they have in store for round number 3? Hello. So they have an idea now. They can all exit out if they want to get that kill, but it looks like they're going to be happy to let King run into the spike. Oh no! Busio.
I'm okay with this.
Yeah. Now he's one away from all.
Something very similar that we saw yesterday. Give the weaker weapon now to the player that has the weakest. By Busio at that point with the Sheriff. He could chase the kill. If he dies, it's only a stinger that you give on the other side, where Leviaton was going to upgrade to weapons no matter what. Perfect. So now you have an opportunity for Busio to keep working his ultimate orbs. So him getting that pick, he's already one away from a thrash. And that could be the next objective here for 100 Thieves.
You see that flash at long, right? That I think King went down to it first. Like, having Dizzy thrown from the other side of Fountain, you're not really hearing that until it, right here. You're not really hearing it till it gets close, then you're basically blind once it hits you. It's just a faint kind of radar ping that you're hearing. So a lot of times it can catch you off guard. Your comm was just out of range. They won't get any trades through the smoke, but you can see walls on both sides here. Look at that. And there's 100 Thieves wall going through the portal as well.
Quite interesting. Whew. Well, ult is ready, but only for the next round as Calm gets to spray within the smoke.
Yep.
Busio falls. Snow will be able to pick up the orb at least.
So Sands push is going to be big. They have to wait a little bit of time for Hookah to be taken if this is actually their move.
Toxins going up.
This means EU watches flank for a second and they go back in, or is this actually going to be a fake hit teleport? I feel like that's a little too drastic.
Well, they're going to stop themselves in their track with Leviaton. Those nades didn't go deep enough as they were trying to go for a flash through and a surprise play.
A nice little prediction there for 100 Thieves to back off. And Lev wonders if someone's still there, but do not get the information they were hoping. And they're calm.
30 seconds left.
Just quick peek, gets a little bit of it, and knows that hit could still come B.
King is now forced to play in front of those stink bites being thrown on the ground. Still gets that pick off onto Asta. Bang Bang drops out to get the trade. Late push out from Hookah coming out from EU as Aspas still stays alive with the 10. Calm Dancer right back, and that spike down. 10 seconds left on the clock. Nice little push out from Calm. As that's also going to calm down the round.
Oh.
No time left. No matter what. EU just wanted to die so they could buy at least their gun round in the next. And Leviaton, they maintain their lead.
That last little peek from Calm doing great things to help pull the round in their favor and not over-rotate out of the sight. Good anchoring so far by Leviaton here. King with the first few frags as they just crossfire the rest. Coming into the site. Look at this. Calm like a bomb. Easy peasy.
Timings you have from Calm, it doesn't always have to be towards the flanks. I mean, this kid has been so good with all of these timings since Champions.
Oh, yeah. He really reads in the mind of his opponent. Round after round, you can see it get a little bit better. Quick cascade forward. U-Haul is going to be the idea for this one. A hit coming in from 100 Thieves.
Monsters on the loose. Busio is trying to create some space, but Aspas is there now after 2 kills in the showstopper. The hat trick answered back by EU. And Asta just got hit. He got hit by his own teammates.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Wondering what the guns round would look like from Lev. They feel a lot more comfortable here, just being able to set up the contact crossfires. Not too much util going back out towards 100 Thieves. They're just able to deny these flashes, turn back, tearing down their opponent here. It's kind of a contact play. There's a lot of smokes and everything, but where's the flash? Where's the dizzy that comes out of that, right? Either it came out early and they waited to step out, or they didn't come out together, right? Aspas just says 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much.
Now running reps. They're doing the same execution. Mosh being thrown here towards the back of the showers as we try to spray across with the lower buy that we have for 100 Thieves to take control of U-Haul. Pain Shells pushes Mazino away. EU trying to lurk within showers but couldn't get that pick. Aspas with the support from the back of the site, and the half buy doesn't pay off for 100 Thieves. Leviaton takes the lead by 3.
Man, well, Leviaton understands that it is a low buy or they have a bit of an advantage in the round. They clamp down and just become so confident and so quick. That one ending very fast as 100 Thieves was in, and Lev made sure to push him out. Big ults to be used here, though. Asuna can definitely clear some space right around with Boostio and EU if they get that opening of utility. We'll see this one. Just clearing from the back. Again, we didn't expect too much util on this one, but I hope to see some more on those next hits.
Aspas doesn't even need to op, just rifling around, getting showstoppers out. 24 kills on the board. Leviaton again in the lead, trying to look for that pressure outside of a trap play.
Toxins going up.
Big
From
push.
showers, yeah. Banger's trying to find that information again, but he got a little bit too far and got denied right away.
Spike down B.
It's looking grim here for 100 Thieves. And everything that they're trying to do within this round is just sprays through walls, through smokes, cascade, even to block the vision of Asuna. Finally, Cryo is able to do something in return. Low HP. Seekers available for comm. Just to confirm, the last 2 players of the Thieves are inside this B site. Tap on the spike.
One enemy remaining.
Trying to get Tex, flush him out, but both Tex and Aspas are working together for the last 2 kills.
They Lev get away with 3, and you gotta ask, where was the showstopper? Where was anything there? Walking into sight and playing contact can be what you want. It can get you great space, but when you have the chance to take the space with the showstopper, you're 7-11 now. You don't have rounds to chance things. Take the space with the utility you have. I feel like that's a mistake that we did not see the ultimates there from 100 Thieves. And they give up another round now, 1 away from it being game point for Leviathan here. So happy to just stay and defend the site. Leviathan pick up another one towards B, and they've now held A and B confidently. And it will call 100 Thieves timeout now to see how these ults can be used, where they might be able to focus, and what these pushes are going to be doing for Leviathan, because we saw that push from showers come out. 100 Thieves saw it. They know Leviathan's active right now. What are they going to do to react, right?
Yeah. It's definitely difficult right now for 100 Thieves, because we talked about now this man right here, Zix, just on a previous shot. A coach here that could bring that change of pace for the Thieves. When they tried to go fast, got denied right away by Aspas. When they tried to go slow, denied by Aspas. So
it's very true.
We got to try to figure out how we could actually push Aspas away, because he's in these positions that seems to not be checked every single time. So you got to give prompts as well. We mentioned how King is always 1 step ahead of everybody else. And
absolutely.
He's at 5 and 10 for King, and it doesn't matter if he's at the bottom of the board, if he's going to call it perfectly to know where Aspas needs to be.
Exactly. Assist daddy and calls and assists. Aspas now with the outlaw in this round. Probably has an arsenal next to him. No, actually, just a buy or so. Has that from last. So yeah, he's going to be rocking with the outlaw.
Wants to have fun with it. Early orbital strike. There's the showstopper out. Clear as everybody. Everyone's playing so far front, but at least the cavalry is there to support for 100 Thieves, just to get the pick after the information. They got it, chat. They got it. 2 players left. Aspas looking to play with the outlaw. The timing on that smoke coming down did get a tap onto Boostio. But the advantage still rings 400 Thieves. Spike planted at a default spot. 3-player advantage. For Aspas and King falling back, upgrading to the Phantom. They're just maybe not allowing 100 Thieves to escape towards the back of spawn.
They're just waiting. Aspas looking to rack up some more kills. King getting that frag, taking it from him. Aspas currently for this season has the most at 29. And guess who holds that max? Max kills for the season. It's King at 35. So really funny to see King actually take that one as we're coming to it. What a round here. 100 Thieves to come in. They push back. Yeah, we get Lev on the save and the spike to go in, but it took a lot. It took those ultimates. So can 100 Thieves do this now without the showstopper? Can they get Thrash right away? Make sure that they get into sight. If Plant from Wingman gets Thrash as well, they can go for the post plant. It is going to be a Reckoning retake, though, so 100 Thieves needs to stay spread out in positions where they can play safely.
Yeah. At least for now, they want to look to fight it for Leviaton. Before playing that retake, Aspas is already on the top of the APC. There's that first blood once again. Asuna falls. Pain shells down toward
He makes it out.
Does make it out. Has support still within this A site. Cryo finally pushes across. Aspas though does have the showstopper to work with, and just before Mazzino fell, the Reckoning did come out. But looks like we're playing it safer for Leviaton. Falling back, get the heal up to Aspas. And gonna try to get the re-hit here. Com still has 2 flashes to work with to support the showstopper re-entry. There's that contact on the first one on the bench off that flash. Second Thrash coming out now for Boostio. Oh, it does get the hit. That's gonna slow things down. 2 players hit by that and detained, so you definitely know this is gonna be a save. But for Boostio, pushing forward to try to get the hit, the haunt to get the information, and they're keeping him towards the back of the spawn. There's the TP across. Well done by Boostio once again. Calm, solo in the back of the spawn, at least gets the 2. Boostio and EU fall. The 100 Thieves are closing that gap once again.
Whew. A quick 2 rounds for 100 Thieves. They snap back when needed. And most necessary at this point. It seemed like it was getting a little dark in that corner, but the light starts to shine. They have another ultimate to be used here. Great focus on getting Thrash for last round. And the fact that they've been able to fold over these last few rounds, Leviaton feels a bit of pressure there, and they will call the timeout to see how they can organize getting themselves the win. See the replay of Com just picking up a few more. Doesn't really put him too close to ultimate. You can see how hype Boostio is getting here. As it seems like 100 Thieves is coming online a bit more throughout the match for sure. It seemed like Leviaton had a bit of run of the map. They go where they want. They were taking what they want, and now 100 Thieves starting to punch back.
Boostio mentioned there when we had a chance to see a video of him talking about the team and what he brings to the team is that confidence, being loud, and you could definitely see it from that previous round. They just really pushed towards the spawn, instant TP to even pinch in towards the B site. So it's for them, it's not the discipline of trying to save the economy, save the weapons. It's just fight through. It doesn't matter how many rounds under we are against our opponents. We can always fight back here and tie up the game, maybe even win the map. He's done it before here, and he wants to do it with this roster of 100 Thieves.
Whew. Aspas dropping the 30 back on a showstopper, and those have been deadly for 100 Thieves. If they can avoid that as well as Thrash, looking good this round. Shower push, it seems like, or at least a shower dizzy and a push toward Long B here to start things off.
For the Thieves, it's just trying to see, playing a little bit further back if there's any trap plays coming through and staying behind the wall. Heard the dog coming through the TP, so they want to fight back. There's a showstopper. It doesn't hit anybody yet. Just back and forth on these trades to start things off towards the Long B. Aspas still playing the off angle. Forced to fall back. Almost caught one. As they're trying to move forward. Takes there to support. The bait and switch to get Bang and Boostio down. Only 2 players left for 100 Thieves within this round. The Nightfall came out to get some information, but we're not pushing in 400 Thieves. They just want to make sure we clear towards the back of the site before. Gonna have to play the post plant hold if you want to. Oh, nice. On inside the window, does get the hit onto King, so King is forced to play the off angle, allowing Cryo Cells to get the push forward. Following the tethers, and King's just dancing left and right. EU looking to answer back, denied! And when King needs to step up to fight, he will, as Leviaton will get 12 on the board, and they'll get map point.
The crown is always shining on his head, honestly. The situations he gets put in, he will always come out on top. He has that name for a reason. And this, again, getting the double dink there, hit through the wall, just a fade away. Headshots coming in from the Phantom. And it's the kind of stuff you expect from King. It's not like, oh, King, you had that play. It's like, no, King is doing these things regularly, and that's exactly why he's always receiving praise on Leviaton. Ultimates again. That Viper's Pit is out. Thrash is still there for Tax. Leviaton on game point, and they look to be able to push through here. Last one was a post-plant defuse, so even if 100Thieves is getting in, it seems like Lev has that answer. So this round, towards B, they're going to meet that Viper's Pit immediately at short A coming from King.
Yeah. Leviaton wants to make it difficult right off the rip.
I mean, why not? Give 100Thieves something to think about. Make them sweat. Nothing that your opponent does should ever be, you know, in line with what they want to do. You should be forcing their hand, and that's what Leviaton's trying to do here. The Mosh entry, getting a little bit of a lineup here from Boostio, and the team's about to explode in. Expect Austin on the front.
The flash through the wall, and there's the first contact. People are getting caught with Euclid, and as they were setting up to hit the site, all denied, leaving Bang alone.
I feel like Leviaton just has X-ray vision on these plays. Always set up for the trades, the refrags, and crossfires, and Thrash comes out for Bang!
The assist from the Thrash, Mazino with the pickup, and Leviaton will take the first map.
Take it very quick, too. I think with 100Thieves coming back, yes, they grabbed 9, but I feel like those rounds were ones where Leviaton almost dropped the ball. They looked so good. Aspas, the multi-kills, he was able to get 10 first bloods, Vansili. That actually just ripped a hole in my brain. 10 first bloods? You gotta be joking me.
Yeah, casual 31. It looked easy for him in the fragging department. Of course, when you're looking at that, even that last round that just happened here on his first map of mine, King one step ahead on the calls. The 5 players of 100Thieves working towards that long B to look for a lineup execution. And they're like, no, we're just gonna flash through it, catch people off with util, and then get denied right away. But with that, it's time to step away. And up next, GB and the analyst desk will break down map number 1.
Hey guys, it's Jimmy Lin. In this series, I'm going to walk you through Attack on Pearl. Watch out for the stairs, clear this angle, you're going to be able to fight this.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Hand off your taxes to a local expert who's just right for your situation. They'll do it all for you, 100% accurate, with TurboTax Live full service.
Everyone, I'm here with Leviaton's Go Kid, a very convincing map 1 victory for you all. Now, I have to ask you, the pickups of Calm and Tex were very unexpected. What do they add to the team, and how did we see that today in map 1?
Well, I think they just fit the chemistry. You know, it could have been anyone. I think they just had the right chemistry that we needed, both in game and outside the game. And I mean, the team is flowing a lot, again, inside and outside the game. So I think they were just the perfect fit for us.
Yeah, amazing fit. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Great to hear there from Coach Go-Kid, and we'll see how this Leviathan team fares going into map 2, but I think everyone is quite optimistic, especially after what we just saw for map 1 on Bind. Of course, Goldenboy here alongside Mimi and Ender. And Ender, I'd start with you on this one, buddy, because that was a great game for both teams. I think like both teams showed a lot of really cool ideas, especially with the Gecko. They were all trying like unique things to try and like give them that leg up. But good God, you just cannot argue with Aspas, man.
The 5 reasons, ASPAS. You just can't do anything about this man. He just comes back and dominates them. It was crazy. I mean, the things he was doing here, playing off the utility from his teammates, setting up perfectly to find these openers. Like, he was back in a big way.
He just knows where to put himself at all times.
Last year with Harbor Viper meta, he was in Jet prison. And there is no one else that I would say Jet is a prison except for Aspas, because this guy's raise is just so good. On top of that, the mechanics are incredible as well. The way he uses the verticality on this map, satcheling up and down, repositioning himself in every fight is excellent. On top of his already incredible aim, it is unbelievable what this guy can pull off. You can't forget he was the MVP last year, and he's putting up performances like that.
So this is great because the number 374 is so large, they actually had to shrink it down so that it wouldn't overwhelm the 2.3.
So it can fit the graphic perfectly fine.
That's awesome.
Yeah, 31 kills that he dropped
He's
in that
good.
game. He is quite good at this video game. People have been saying, the streets were in fact talking. But there's still even more to dive into here because there were some, again, great ideas that were being implemented. It wasn't just the Aspa show, even though it kind of was.
Well, it was because of those ideas, right? They were running the
Yes.
flash combo in the Sky and the Gecko, which is so unbeatable when those are going out at the same time. And they were looking for it constantly, both on attack with the execs and also defense, looking for refights, looking for retakes. That combo just cannot be beaten. It set up Aspas to get so many kills, but really set them up to win so many rounds throughout.
Yeah, in the first half, it was about him diving in with that combo, setting him up. And on the defense, I was impressed with how mobile they were with those combinations. We even saw rounds where they're like sending the Sky Flash through the TP to meet up with the Gecko towards showers. That combination is just so strong, and I thought that they did an absolutely stellar job at maximizing the time where those two pieces of utility were being used in conjunction, and this round's a great example of it.
Yeah, it's the retake here, too. We have Sky Flash coming over from elbow, and then a rotating Gecko throwing that flash all the way over the top. Like, these players are mid-fight getting blasted, and you have Calm swinging out of the smoke to play alongside with it. That wasn't even an example of the combo coming in, but it's an example of how, when they can separate those flashes, when they come together, you can do miracles.
And the thing is, they used the combo earlier in that round for information, but because it's Gecko, you can recover it and pick it back up.
That was wild to me. I'm like seeing pick up, you got 5 seconds. Oh, great.
Yeah, you really
flash.
have to build a game plan around recovering that. And I did feel like the Fade Gecko comp was a miss compared to how good the Sky Gecko combinations were. You can see some moments where the Fade is good, but you don't have that same kind of unbeatable potential of the Sky Flash and the Gecko Flash used together when you take that Fade into your draft.
And I'm so glad that we saw that combo getting played today, because I think Bind is the map where it shines to the most. Because of the teleports, you can play your flashes on opposite sides of the map. Fighting ability there, but as you said, when they come together, unbeatable.
Well, we did hear from the coach of the winning team. Let's go ahead and hear from Coach Six and see what is going on with the squad as we get ready for 100 Thieves in map 2.
Everyone, I am here with Coach Zix from 100 Thieves. A very close map 1, but still, Leviaton ran with it. I want to ask you a question. Mimi said before the match that 100 Thieves fans have been in, quote, the pits of despair as of the last competitive season. But I would like to give you a chance to respond to that, because you are the coach this year. This is your turf. This is your rules. What do you have to say to that? What do you have to say to the 100 Thieves fans who heard that?
I mean, well, we're doing our best to dispel that for sure. I mean, I'd say we've been working really hard outside of the server. In the server, outside of this match, obviously, to prepare for today and to prepare for the rest of the year. It's going to be a long year. We're coming in confident. I think, you know, the map 1 was not as confident as we had hoped. And there was a lot of little details that were different from what we had in practice. So I would say moving forward into next match, that was one of the key highlighted things that we talked about, was making sure on a team play level that we're just playing as confident as possible, swinging them hard, and making sure the details are good on these strats that we've practiced.
Yeah, well, y'all look great regardless. So best of luck with map 2. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I actually couldn't agree more with Coach Six on that one. Especially facing off against Aspas and King, and you need to swing with that kind of confidence. Otherwise, they will punish you. Yeah,
I'm ready to get out of the pit.
You want to be out of the pit? Maybe?
I'm ready. I really do think that this team, well, we did see some of those issues he was mentioning in the first map. We did see that they had that idea, that identity going in, that they played to fairly well. However, I think that they were just outclassed here. Now the question is, on map number 2, on Split, what is the idea they're bringing in here? Because that's all that Zix has been talking about in the offseason, setting up these ideas ahead of time for the team and then giving them the space to go for those risks on their own. And that's what I felt like was missing in that first map.
And hearing him talk about like the details that aren't going wrong, I'm really curious what his read, whether it's on a more like macro level of how they're playing together as a team and like moving on a map, or whether it is in the execution of the utility. And I'm wondering, like, because to me, making sure all those timings and everything are perfect and going into a map like Split, you want to see that with like a comp that's trying to combo aggressively your breaches, your raises, that sort of thing. If it is more how it is around the map though, that's when we're seeing the heavy stall comps come to play.
But I'm still scared for them because I think a lot of what went excellent for Leviaton on map number 1 can continue here. I expect Aspas on the raise. I expect Double Initiator to be setting up. They were so good at supporting him in map 1, and the guy looks impossible to shut down. If he has another map like that and the team supports him in the same way they did on Bind, the series could be over.
Counterpoint, Boostio. Man was fragging. Like he brought out the Sheriff. He could not be beaten with the Sheriff. He was doing a surprising amount of opping, which I don't feel like I am fully on board with. Don't expect to see it on this map, but I mean, you're talking about getting out of the pits.
I think let's peel that experiment
Man is standing up out of his chair like every other minute. You know, he's getting active.
Well, he's going to need to be that person for this team, though. He has to be that emotional leader for them. They have been, I think, lacking that for a while. So this is going to be a big thing for them, and he fills that gap.
We already saw it map 1. He's yelling, he's getting loud for his team. That's what he brings to this squad, and that's where he's going to be so important after that tough map loss.
Oh, man. All right, well, we're getting ready for the Agent Select. And as soon as that pops up, we'll see what we're going to be playing with here. As both teams are getting ready to go. And, you know, for a lot of 100Thieves fans, they see the 0-1 and they're probably like, oh, no, not again. But I think this is a very different type of situation than what we've seen in the past. And I think it goes without saying, this is an insanely competitive group. And that is the reason why you're seeing them having to pull out all the punches here. We end up getting a Raze, Astra, Gecko, Viper, and Fade for the Thieves.
So they are very committed to this Fade Gecko idea.
Yeah, the Fade Gecko. Also, that's an EU classic on this map, going way back in the day.
Combo played this agent anywhere. He was revolutionary.
Combo play this game in another game if he has an opportunity to.
Yeah, but it's literally like the meme. The first people they learn about Split is, oh, you shouldn't be playing Sova here, you should play something else. But I do think there is merit to that. The combos with the breach can be so oppressive, especially if you have cross-map lineups to support your teammates to be able to fight forward on extremities, combined with that breach stun.
But it's always been a point of contention regarding whether or not you bring the Sova to Split. And Calm is just like, yes. So let's...
I mean, the usual argument always against it is like, there aren't many walls to actually spam, right? And a lot of the chokes, like, you're not usually getting spam kills off of your dart going through smoke side.
And the skybox makes it really difficult to get those cross-map darts that make Sova so good on Fracture, so good on Ascent. It's a lot harder to support your team, which means you need a lot of preset lineups and ideas, but I think Calm will have that.
That said, this is a map where you're not used to shooting breakable utility, Fade Eyes, Sova darts. Like, that is another element that you have to be turning around and dealing with.
And remember how well that worked for EG last year on Fracture? When they were the first team to bring Sova out there, when Calm did that, they were shocking teams because it's a muscle memory that you don't have built up. On Ascent, in your scrims, you're talking about, okay, this guy's the dart breaker in this round. This is how we're setting all that up. 100Thieves, again, is going to have to learn that on the fly.
Also, what I'm kind of interested with this particular pick from Calm is he's going to have some really nerdy spots. He's going to put some shock darts in that's going to cause some problems for people, I think. And it may just play it close to the chest, potentially, just to try and, like, not rely on the skybox too much and just play with his team a bit more. That's an option.
The weird thing is, a lot of times, Sova can be a really good Cypher counter that we see a lot on this map, but he's not playing against it to use shock darts to break all of that utility. He's not going to have to use any of that because he's not playing against it. So this is not a full look at the Sova on this map for any teams that are maybe trying to put together what exactly the Sova's about.
That's right. And we do want to update everyone. Just as you can see, you know, the Busio hasn't sitting down yet. Dang it, Busio, sit down. I'm kidding. We just got a little bit of an issue right
He looks like he's yelling at you.
Is he looking at his own
Busio, Poppy,
That's me.
Poppy, we gotta do crunches, okay? That's what we gotta do. That's how we lose that.
Busio is so silly.
Do the One Punch Man thing, 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups every single day. I love that.
What I want to talk about, though, is the comp on this other side. What do you make of the Gecko fade here?
Honestly, I think Gecko is pretty sweet in terms of obviously always being able to plant in a safe position, like the Gecko, and especially on retaking. I think that is where on split it thrives. The retake or the plant spots, the spike spots to plant it are in such easily spammable locations from offsite. Like outside from B main, you can get the spam. You can spam from A heaven on the common spot there.
Enlist some extra labor.
Yeah, some labor. But now, if you drop a smoke on that spike and put wings on it, you hold. Like it's very hard to play offsite. This is a composition that is meant on defense to punish teams that play heavy offsite.
And you get a lot of info from that fade. You can re-clear with the cats in main. You also get seasoned combos, but you're giving up the line control of that breach stun to help take mains. You're giving up the flash combos that we talked about so much on the last map. So it plays very differently than the Gecko we just saw in Bind.
For sure. It is a big loss, the line control, but to make up for it, there are some pretty good vertical Gecko locations, especially over on that A side of the map to get very easy scouting. If you want to, you can do some dizzies thrown through mid from like vents to mail. It's a little bit harder to actually gather back for yourselves. It's hard to get that forward information, and that's where I think something like a fade can supplement that. Fade dogs to scout out are a little bit better than throwing a Gecko dizzy that isn't so easy to reclear.
Yeah, and then they could just continue to, well, use that particular piece of utility from Gecko when they absolutely need to, right? They can really rely on some of the other, I guess, tools that are available to them here. Once again, folks, just want to let everyone know we got a little bit of a delay. We will be starting in a moment, but for now, you're just going to stick with us here as we're just starting our little podcast. We're just, GB and his Zoomers, and we're going to be doing our thing, but we'll be jumping to the matchup in just a little bit. That said, let's continue to dive a bit more into the other side here for Leviaton. Oh, wait a minute. Folks, I just got word. We're jumping into the game. It's map 2, so let's go ahead and make this bad boy happen. Send it back over to your casters extraordinaire. It's Vasily and Rivington.
Thanks, GB and Riv. You know, when we started the match and we were at the vetoes and then split was picked by Leviaton, I saw smirks and smiles from Busio and from Ziggs at split. I don't think they were expecting a Sova and a breach to support Aspas now on this map.
No. But remember as well, I love this because Calm also brought us some amazing darts on Fracture as well when they would play on that. He knows these angles that you just aren't thinking about. We'll put darts on the roof. We'll put them on the side where you're not looking. So it'll be interesting. The one thing that people shy away from to talk about that Sova is all the elevation changes on this map make it difficult for him to even use that ult effectively unless it's for the spike plant. You can't really search people out. So we'll see how they focus on that post game, or if they try to do some Ascent style up the gut plays with this ultimate from Sova, that Hunter's Fury. Starting off towards A, the Death Ball from Leviaton.
And a full kit for Calm. 2 shock darts and an owl drone. We're walking up first, and Hazino just got tapped for a bit here with the wall out on the defense. As Asuna is on the off angle. Support from EU. The crossfire setup is good for the 4. King is the last player remaining now. Spike out in the open. A 1v1 at least to start things off. Bang with the support from the back. And 100 Thieves are not allowing Leviaton to show us what this comp is all about.
No way. Up the ramp, down the ramp. Exactly what Lev just did. 100 Thieves rolling right over him. Quick 2 kills from Asuna and EU, and that, well, felt predicted. 100 Thieves in a beautiful position there. The crossfire at the top of ramp, and be able to finish it out there with Bang coming up on the side. We'll kind of spread out for this one. A little bit more of a default defense for 100 Thieves, but Leviaton now will switch sides. So they leave Calm as that rotator. They don't have the Viper to throw up a wall and then lurk back and forth by putting that wall up and down. So it's going to be Calm that rotates, and that's fine with them. One of the best lurkers out there for Americas. And it looks like they'll just put a little bit of pressure onto B, see what utility they can find, and see if they can figure out what they're going to be up against at each site.
Yeah, you could see the idea between that. It seems like it's going to be King supporting Aspas, and it makes sense, right? Because if you're trying to Owl Drone satchel up, you're going to satchel past the Owl Drones. You're not trying to play that Sky style of a flash up towards the ramp, so you're going to need to explode a little bit more with King on that breach. But Calm now on this Silva, able to play a lurk, but we want to know what he could do here. Walking through, Judge right in the corner, bang, easy runs.
Okay. Woohoo. Quick retaliation from Asuna, too. Look at the util help just to regain this position. They don't want to approach the Judge, though. Smart play.
So we saw that thing coming through. King last player remaining. Nicely done for 100 Thieves. Convincing holds on both the E ramp and now middle for round number 2.
Asuna having almost a mirror start to what Aspas did on our last map of Bind. Very close to the ultimate to start. This is going to help now 100 Thieves get that start that they wanted if they can fold over into these ultimates. Setting up for bonus. We'll have just 2 Phantoms on the board. Whereas the Vandals we've seen quick plays from Bang to start it off here. All right, a lot of just push forward and Lev trying to gain this space without too much util on those first few rounds. 100 Thieves absorbing it very well, but this is the question. Oh, still pushing from 100 Thieves.
So much util coming out. Wow, this bonus, they want to trap her right away. Sees Nate on top of that. He does get a couple of tethers, but no kill on the nades. But there's 3 right there. They know there's 3 players inside the sewers, forcing Leviaton to just hold their ground.
That means nobody else on the map has to move either, right? They have a good enough idea of what's going on. Anchors at B and still towards mid here from Bang. And they're going to give up a bit of position. Knowing Leviaton may try to stronghold the site fast here as they go up towards mailroom maybe. 100 Thieves trying to just position themselves. You can see Asuna deciding whether he wants to rotate through heaven or not, but they stay, and it's coming up to Bang now.
Been good in this position before, but this time only with the stinger. So it's a one and done and couldn't get the one. Aspas to answer right back to even up the tally. Asuna at least has a showstopper here. This could be important, crucial for 100 Thieves on the retake. Still alive in the site for now. Paranoia comes out for the execution. We're saving that showstopper, using it right away to try to help out, and it works. Connects onto Aspas, and his spike is down. Trade off there on the top of the B heaven. Mazina now stuck alone.
30 seconds left.
30 seconds left as he's alone. Picking up the spike. At least looking to fight here the last 2 players. He knows where Boostio's at. But also not disappeared since he threw this rocket. Now there's that first nice shot. And even gets the second one. That is something you're not going to like from the 100 Thieves camp.
No, because everything about A was to get that position, get the orb for Asuna, get into that showstopper, get B, and they had it. But Mazino had much different results for the end of this round. Great pickup on the last 2 kills, able to thwart out the fact that such an early ultimate, like a showstopper, was gained by 100 Thieves, but it didn't matter. Lev comes up with that bonus win, and they're going to feel very good about it. Even with that read 100 Thieves had, Lev positioning and getting themselves into that clutch situation.
Yeah, countered the bonus. And there's one of those recon darts going out, landing towards orange, it seems like. Clearing out towards the right side of the pillar, but instantly we got some smokes and snake bites on the other end for the Thieves, not allowing any type of explosion from Leviaton, so they have to reset.
Following the drone. Interesting to see how they'll play around it. He's like, okay, it's a drone. I'm gonna haunt back. Funny little games.
Oh, good reaction from Bang. There's too many players for him to actually get hold of the picks now down towards middle. Nebula up to deny and not allow Leviaton to get more ground towards the vents. As we're looking to inch from vents towards this A site, everybody's pivoting back towards sewers. Comes down to Tex here to have to open it up. He's alone, hit by a Dizzy. Nobody's really pushing forward yet. Asuna almost lines up 2 players there. Or almost lined up, rather. As Leviaton only have 2 remaining. Aspas and King on that late rotate from middle back towards the sewers. King at least still has full support to support Aspas here. Looking for the walk contact as they get spotted by Boostio.
It's interesting to see without that wall, especially from attack side, you're forced to fight heaven, right? 100 Thieves has the ability now to put up their wall, take it down.
Last player standing.
Fast shot there.
Down A.
Okay, Aspas.
10 seconds left.
10 seconds left. Again, they were just trying to catch some players off guard. I mean, as soon as you pick off a few, gives you an opportunity to plant right away.
Van silly.
And as soon as his teammate fell down, you see Aspas just trying to save his weapon. Nice picks in the end, but no matter what, 100 Thieves are looking like a pretty decent start on the defensive side of Split.
Yeah, feeling a lot better about this one. Still scary to see Aspas hitting those shots, but it doesn't matter if the time's gonna run down. Asuna on top, feeling so good on this raise here once again. Here's what I was talking about, just not having that wall from attack side to put it up or take it down when you want. That's all dictated by 100 Thieves. They leave that doorway open and are very happy to take the ramp fight over and over. Coming up with their third round now, 3-1 as we head into round 5. Back towards A, but Spike lingers around mid right now for the Leviaton, so we'll see how 100 Thieves reacts to this early pressure ramp. Take flight. Low buy is gonna mean Lev's moving a little quicker.
Push it right out, answering back snakebite to not allow here Leviaton to move up towards the A ramp, and they went for a bit of util to try to seize them back.
100 Thieves, they hear something. They are happy to put a few bits of util down, whether it's an ultimate, or sorry, not ultimate, a mosh pit, or the nade from Asuna, or a Viper Bite. Anything to slow down Leviaton, the speed they use to hit sites. Here's another one. Just delay.
This time off the smoke, so instant answer. Bustio with the pick onto Aspas, a flash. Bang turns away from it. Aftershock did not even affect him at all. So he's hunting down, trying to get the pit in the next round. Actually upgrades here to the Vandal that was left behind by Aspas. Trying to catch some. Also has no idea that Mizzino's there. There's that satchel, at least to break that crosshair placement, not allowing the frenzy to get too much value. Goes for the last one, shock dart right at the feet of Austin. Doesn't care, stays alive, gets the third pick.
Feeling good there. Ultimate again to come online. And 100 Thieves not even having to put up too much of a defensive answer. The firepower is there. They're winning the first angle hits, these first bloods. They're converting their 5v4s. And it's looking clean. Everything they want to have happen right now. Great backup for each other, anchoring on these shots. We're going to get a Leviathan timeout. You see 10-3 for Asuna to start it off. I'd call a timeout too, if something like that was happening on the other side of the map. They got to figure out a way to get through this defense. But we have timeouts on the round, but has that been planted yet? Do we have a defuse, right? It's getting tough to find the post plant for Leviathan here.
Yeah, just been an elimination so far. But yeah, the timeout, trying to figure out what we could do here with this utility. I mean, Christy brought it up there at the desk where that utility you have from Calm usually could be utilized to drop some Cypher trips, or even nanoswarms from Akeji, depending maybe with what they saw from the team from 100 Thieves, if there's anything that, you know, they usually pull in the past. 100 Thieves came out with a brand new playbook, and there's no real counter to that one yet.
Right. I'm envisioning, right, a post plant for Leviathan. Calm fires out a sonar bolt if he still has one, and you kind of get that info on the site where people aren't. So maybe a raised nade can go to elbow if you didn't get a ping in sight, or hear a shot. It's only if you get to that post plant situation though, with sonar bolt up, with the way we still have to see how Leviathan can play that late in the round if they can get that spike down. That's the question. And that might be a way that they can get around 100 Thieves. They're looking for the first frags that they had, right? Aspas was coming out with 10 first bloods on the first map, and we haven't seen those opening frags here on the second one. Pushing up now, all ramp once again. Looks like they're gonna try to stay behind each other. We have not seen a full hit in the sight. They try to take full control, then heaven. So maybe a different look here.
It was both initiators that used util on the attack there towards middle, so you saw Booster rotate across, so everybody meeting up now towards the A site, looking to explode. Big fault line and recon right in the site. Showstopper knows that there's one towards the elbow, but a Dizzy to support, allowing EU to get the pick through the smoke. As Asuna still guards the back of the site, behind the map, and all these folks coming through. Support coming up across the map, as Cryocel's playing that Astra. It's not now Leviathan to really commit towards the swarm within the A site.
Right. Can't get in. I mean, Mazzino with that from the shadows, like you were saying, just to identify, but still the distance to follow up on a raise and an omen like that is just too tough. Still in the default defensive positions, really, for 100 Thieves here. Feeling good about this round. Just Fury.
And floods out. Leviaton out.
Okay.
Towards the A site, even against a contact on the Hunter's Fury. Instantly, we have the advantage out for Leviaton. Mazzino covering his teammates back as they're going for a plant. It's successful. Crowley in the interim was able to answer back onto Mazzino. So he's alone against two. King's low on HP. There's no stars left to work with. He's gonna have to work with his gun only. There's that first contact. And it's not planted for Calm, who does have double shot darts at least. There's that first one at the ground. Crowdcell still wants to stick it. Calm swings out. Nice attempt. But Leviaton are able to get the second one.
On the timing, Calm comes up there. You said even had the dart. You wanted to use it. Wow. Nice job by Leviaton there to make sure they get the frag in the end. Boosted, were able to close it. It looked like that up the gut, just using the Hunter's Fury towards elbow, being able to take the site is what made it. And here, this would have been huge for Cryo. Seems to be suffering a bit now in the controller role. Would have been such a big boost there. This goes here. But not too big of a deal. Only lets Leviaton get one more. 4-2 now, but that Rolling Thunder's ready. Cypher ultimate is ready as well, but you have a few on 100 Thieves side, and we're seeing it now as they take a control. The ramp that Leviaton wants just about every round is now secured by 100 Thieves.
Somehow lands that shock dart right at the feet of Bang, down to 60 HP. And an Owl Drone even to try to counter that if he wants to. Staying behind towards the spawn, looking for the right timing to use it. As for the rest here of Leviaton, holding back for mid control. And Mazzino watching for the push. So the support or the focus is definitely trying to activate Aspas up for the mid control.
Looking for the contact mosh, it looks like. Oh boy.
Yeah, no opportunity to throw a mosh there when a Rolling Thunder comes out, but it still lands on the top of heaven. Aftershock does get the contact onto EU. Hat being thrown, showstopper out for Asuna. Cryo in the back of the site to get the headshot onto Tex. Now towards the new boxes though, Asuna. Thought that he had the right read, but King swings out for the pick.
2v2 now. A little low for two players, but healthy Cryo, healthy Mazzino.
Big flash. Cryo hit by it, now traded out. A 1v1 is Bang! Upgraded to the Phantom to trade it right back. And 100 Thieves continue to hold their defensive half.
That got scary as they dove into the site. Water falling in through heaven there. Leviaton looked like they had the upper hand, but it did come down to the 1v1, and we know Bang good for those. Picks up another one. Even with this damage here early, unbeknownst to them, Bang still good to come into the end of the round.
Standing.
All right, none of those ultimates really used, except for the Viper's Pit on the side of 100 Thieves, and that was just to defend A as we had a B hit right towards mailroom. Paranoia was in heaven, not mailroom.
Now Paintel's out. Defenders pushing through the smoke. He's still doing a lot of damage here on the lower buy that you have for Leviaton. Sheriff left for Calm. We're just chasing for the kill. 100 Thieves again, just looking to have fun, and Krau's pushing out a B main. A free kill for him.
What a night and day change from the first map. Lev now yet to get a first kill after seeing Aspas get 10 of them in the last map here. In this play as well. Well orchestrated, good protocol, but not expecting 100 Thieves to be pushed up in mailroom. The Paranoia was fully for heaven, just a little bit further down, and they would have had Bang paranoid and probably dead to rights. Very happy parents in the crowd. The support crew always here and cheering. 6-2 now as we get into round 9. Quite a bit of util again to A, and Aspas. There's the first blood and the first one of the map for Leviaton.
Much needed there as they're holding back. Maybe the Aljon to try to re-clear the second defender, but it actually doesn't really hit Boostio, so he's playing the off angle. Stays within the smoke as Bang pushed down towards middle at that point to try to cut the rotate. But Boostio has fallen within that smoke.
Yeah.
He just gives it an opportunity here for Leviaton to just cut noise.
100Thieves with that are just going to group up with the disadvantage that they have in numbers this time around, focusing towards the A side. It's a good read.
Ooh. Such a heavily focused A ramp.
And a second to swing out, denied by King once again, but EU's on the front of the ramp. All alone, 44 seconds left. Hit by the Prowler. King is trying to fall back. EU's trying to chase after him, dancing around throughout the sewers. He does have help in the sewers over King, but he doesn't need it. The pick onto EU as Leviaton are able to hold true.
And silly, I don't know if I have seen A ramp fought for this much between two teams. They are staying there, taunting each other, tempting more fights, and then finally, in the moment when they've had enough, we get the final pushes in, obviously towards the end of the round on this one. But yeah, this is a very volatile position, it seems, for these compositions, the way they're playing them. Maybe because of the Sova, maybe because the way, if they have Heaven, Sova's more useful in that position, high priority. But the way that it keeps going A is wild. Here, though, we get B, we'll switch it up. No push-up, but an over-under here for Asuna.
For Leviaton, it's a double swing. A little bit of a missed time there, but Cryo still gets that pick onto King. Low HP.
Yeah.
His Aspas falling away. So despite Cryo being alone on that timing, we're still able to hold his ground on that B site.
Ooh. Info's still good. Damage is there, though. Leviaton may look to trail towards that. No, back towards A, of course. They got the camera there. It's safe. And they can begin to use a bit of comm util. Still sonar bolt up with double shock darts, so they can make their way in.
Second cage is still available for tech, so they could pop that and start using it towards the A site. Going to be difficult to try to enter when Aspas only has 7 HP. So instead, they're going to cut noise, trying to walk through. Recon Dart is going to give the cue here for EU to look for some teammates' help. Throws a C's to slow things down on that push, and there's that rotate coming out, as you can see from that radar from 100Thieves. 30 on the clock remaining.
30 seconds left.
Mazino Smoke's about to wear. He threw that earlier.
He threw it towards the Heaven Elise.
Yeah.
Push that for a bit. Couldn't throw it, actually, as Asuna gets the pick.
Okay.
16 seconds left. Making sure we're clearing towards that back of the site. Aspas satchels across for a plant. Difficult for them to hold, though.
So I think where Ender said, Gecko becomes very tough to play against on that retake, throwing everything in your face, and here we go, 100Thieves in the site.
Recon Dart to come out. Oh no, he came from Busio himself, but that's good enough. The rest will be able to flirt right behind him and get all the trades needed to allow 100Thieves to get the defuse here.
EU defuse, bring up that Nightfall a little bit quicker as well. 7-3 here on the defensive side of 100Thieves, playing very strong. Asuna won off that showstopper, and that one was a retake. We're finally getting to the position where Lev is breaking a bit of the defense, playing the time of the round to get into the site and get the plant. Took a while, though. Shows you how strong 100Thieves have been playing.
And you just saw the idea, at least from one of these plays, from that Recon Dart for the post plants, where Calm was positioned out towards the orb, where he's not going to be in a position where he could get spam or push yet from the A side ramp, and potentially get a couple of sprays as he gets the Recon Dart from the enemies flooding back through screens to retake the site. But that time, they didn't have enough numbers to help. Low HP on Aspas. And 100Thieves now still at 7 against Leviaton's 3.
They're playing the conditioning of A ramp, but Spike's going to go B this time. So Leviaton is now trying to play off of what they've been showing 100Thieves and pull a switcheroo here. It looks like Cryocells could be ready to call that.
Yeah. Especially when you have a lower buy. A couple of stingers here and 2 big ults to help around those stingers. And Cryo's hunting for that information. What a good position, as you see from Leviaton. Very difficult for Cryocells to clear. He's the first to fall.
They're playing it patient. They've seen how many? 2 times in that? They're expecting Asuna or somebody else right away. They'll find Bang. Another trade.
Or picked up, hat thrown out, EU's in the back. And after that might be the call to just rotate towards the A site. And look at this timing now. Okay, we're gonna book it towards the A site, and Calm books it towards the spawn. Here's the satchel, and Asuna's not gonna clear it. So he's gonna call it for his teammates, and he could still get a couple of picks towards spawn. Wrapping back towards the Heaven, and ding! But no kill onto Asuna. Misses the satchel, rocket right into sight. Messina tries to push forward and gets denied by Busio for the support. King solo has done it before. Gets the first one. Aftershock then
to deny the defuse. But it's not gonna work. EU's there to get the pick. And the defuse will come in for 100 Thieves. This is looking pretty good after all. Despite Leviaton coming out with a new composition, 100 Thieves were not flustered by it at all.
Not at all. They know what they want to do on retake, and I feel like they know that they can just attack Leviaton on the way in. They're not looking for much of a flank. They're not really going to get hit by Calm or a Viper alert coming in through vents. So I feel like 100 Thieves is very confident knowing what they see in front of them is what they're getting. It's not really too much trickery from Leviaton other than last round when we saw them rotate off a ramp. But yeah, 100 Thieves taking it as it is and mowing down Lev every time they're in the crosshair. Towards A again, 2-3 split for Lev here to still work A ramp. Something 100 Thieves is very prepared for. What is this move? Trying to get a quick play, maybe some sound.
Yeah, I mean, they went for the half buy with stingers and rifles in the previous round. This time it's also another broken buy, so it really comes down to the 3 ults. They're trying to create a diversion, force a rotate out towards middle, and then we'll explode here with the 3.
Okay. Looks like the explosion's gonna happen now. Flashes out, sonar bolts. All right. Into the site. It's going to be a retake for 100 Thieves. They've avoided all the pressure that Leviaton wanted on the take, the ultimates. How good is this retake going to be? Lev has the chance to set up a good defense here.
Calm did get a ping from the 100 Fury. Look at this. It's planning for heaven. He's already booking it out towards middle. Still sticking to what he's true for, but he has to hurry up because 100 Thieves are already put up a wall, and they're looking to flood right back within the site. Mosh pit being thrown within the A. And then Busio comes in for the pick. Mazino trying to play the off angle. Numbers are falling down. It's up to him alone. And you can't work when the rest of his teammates are flying out like that. And the crowd's behind 100 Thieves as he finished the half. 9-3.
What a first half from 100 Thieves. Asana up front, Bustio in the crew, calling the correct rotations mid-round, understanding what Leviaton wanted to get out of this composition almost immediately and how they wanted to play it. It does not look like Lev was able to turn this comp on the defensive side. 100 Thieves played it too strong, but looking what they have now going towards, or the attack side, sorry. Now on defense, I think we see this breach come into play a little bit more, slowing down 100 Thieves on attacks, but that's all hopeful for 100 Thieves now, or Lev now. 100 Thieves in the lead.
Yeah, and with that at the halftime, Elizabeth is standing by with some special guests. It's Cloud9's Rafiki, it's Simba, also known as Vanity and Oxy.
That was a good one.
That's a good one. You like that one?
That was a good
Oxy,
one.
did you like that one?
Yeah, I love that
All
one.
right. Well, if you don't know what that's referring to, this is Cloud9 Vanity and Oxy, the winner. Some winners from yesterday. I had to ask you, one of my questions was about that lifting moment, and I kind of saw that almost like proud papa moment. How has it been, you know, he's a rookie, you're a vet, you've been here before. How has it been teaching Oxy the ropes of, and the rules of the land?
I gotta teach him much. He's a smart kid.
Smart kid.
Obviously, there's some things, but I think for the most part, he picks up. It's very natural for him. I think he deals with the pressure relatively well. I think the off-season stuff definitely helped, but I mean, even when we went to Korea and like Japan and playing in front of those crowds, like he wasn't phased. So he's just built for it, I guess.
He's built for it.
I think
Oxy,
so.
I have to ask you, has it sunk in yet that you got the first ace at the Americas and you have made one of the biggest splashes of a rookie I've ever seen?
You wouldn't have the first
I mean,
ace
I don't know.
didn't rob you.
I mean, yeah, it's sunk in a little bit. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
I'm gonna go to you, Vanity, because Oxy brought this up in his post-match interview yesterday. Apparently, allegedly, the streets are saying, to borrow a phrase, that Demon One from NRG said that, okay, we're asking, don't, that Demon One said that Oxy is the worst duelist in the partner program. Well, I'm just gonna let you take that.
We'll see.
Okay. What is, as maybe Oxy, for anyone, rather any of you here, what is the read on NRG? Are you excited for the match? Are you like, oh, this is a cakewalk, we got this? What's the read? What's the vibe?
I mean, obviously they're a good team, but I mean, we'll see. We'll see.
A lot of seeing to be done. Well, thank you guys so much. Let me give it up for Vanity and Oxy one more time. Thank you, gentlemen, very, very much. And we're going to go back to Riv and Van Sealy, my two favorite boomers. Back to you, boys.
There's so much smack talk. Come on, we're getting strays here, but at the same time, I mean, both Vanity and Oxy are saying, hey, we'll see, and definitely we'll see that in Group A. That's happening February 23rd, so make sure you put that in your calendar for the VCT Americas. Back in the game now, though, state of the game for 100 Thieves, a strong defense, and we only saw one idea of the retake capabilities of 100 Thieves with the composition of what they had with the mosh pit and everything as well, but what really helped them was just deniability on how Leviaton was trying to explore the site with that composition. So now we didn't get to see too much of 100 Thieves on defensive plays on retakes.
Yeah, Lev planting the spike 3 times, I think was a tribute to 100 Thieves doing so well. But you're right, it kind of almost hides what this team has with this composition that they are enjoying playing. It seems like smiles around on that side of the stage for sure. And now we'll see what Lev can produce. Already a very big push out of B, so they have somewhat of a read on this play. Uh-oh. Boostio damaged.
Shot there was close there. Second one within that orb. That's going to hit Asuna down to 25 as well. So both shot darts doing heavy damage. And it's playing Smile, you're on camera. Some rest here for 100 Thieves. Finally, with the wall coming down on the attack. Break the camera, the push out towards the A ramp.
Big.
Cryo Cells is huge, but Aspas is on the flank. Oh, it was hurt by Cryo. He was ready for it, but unfortunately was caught in his reload. Plant instantly comes down from the wingman, and 100 Thieves has support control of the A heavens.
I love the wingman heaven plant. Crazy stuff.
Last 3 players of Leviathan pushing forward, pushing together up towards the A heaven, and that pesky wall out on the attack from Bang is just making it so difficult for them to try to fight towards that area, and I love it. This is discipline here for 100 Thieves. They had the plan for the wingman so they could hold the heavens, and once attack comes in, you can start flooding right back. And 100 Thieves looking to play the surprise. 3 versus 1 against Calm. Calm falls, and there's Bang with the last 2. 100 Thieves are looking very good here on split to try to push us to a 3rd map on Icebox.
What a cheeky little first round. Take control of heaven, wait for any commotion, ruckus down in the site, didn't hear anything, wingman out, plant, and everybody can do a little guardian status on that heaven position. Really nicely done. And we see, I was talking a little bit about the Viper Wall before, being able to use that in heaven to close it off or open it up whether you want it. We saw Level wasn't able to use that. Ramp was harder to take. 100 Thieves positioned themselves immediately behind that Viper Wall, and you see how much easier it is that they still have that controller on their side for this game. And the composition. Nice dart. Not too much info given just by a stinger shot on that bolt, but again, 3 passes to ramp, and they'll go ahead and hold this spot, hoping for a left mistake.
The wall came down this spot too, and you see Leviaton within this round, they do have a stinger by half shield. Calm will do a little bit of chip damage with that one. That's onto Asuna and Bang.
Right there.
Allowing potentially Tex in the back of the map to do a little bit more damage. Even dodges the first Prowler. There's Calm long range throughout the cage to get the first kill. Second cage up just to try to deny the plant. It works out. Cryo Cells even gets his own smoke kill. Tex is still alone within the site. Alone at the elbow. The satchel in. Tex contacts onto Asuna. Aspas with the flank on the A Avid side. There's no weapons for them to pick up. They have to play Stinger's long range. It will be not effective against Cryo's Guardian.
Yep. Coming up clutch. Cryo starting off the second half, and even more in this game, feeling a lot more comfortable, it seems, just in the position and being more so last alive to try and get those fights instead of the first one in a volatile position. A little bit of an adjustment as well there from Leviathan. We saw the change up of the trap coming in from Cypher to stop the wingman or give him an idea if they would deploy that play again. As Lev now call a timeout here. Spike was planted, extra money given there. 11-3 here for 100 Thieves. What a difference from game 1. Honestly, 100 Thieves seems like they were kind of finding what that identity would be with the comp once they were against Lev. Lev in the driver's seat there for Bind, but here 100 Thieves showing us that it was just a mishap, a little bit of a fluke there on game 1, and the crowd is roaring behind these plays and the fans of 100 Thieves.
100Thieves are actually liking this timeout from Leviaton because it's called in a moment where they only used 2 rounds working towards the A side, and the only time they really worked towards that A side was with the wingman plant and trying to take control of A heaven. So Leviaton off this timeout is, okay, well, they're actually adding a lot of pressure towards this A side. Should we try to fight back for that A ramp control? And it might come down to the later rounds when we actually have rifles on both ends. If it happens here that Leviaton's able to convert this, like you could start playing the mind games. And already as you start things off with 10 seconds left, like how far back Boostio is playing towards the spawn. I should probably throw a mosh up towards the A ramp while 100Thieves are still working towards that A site.
Blast up maybe?
Yeah, it could be Dizzy as well.
Over, there's the blast pack.
Mosh to deny, and he pushes out towards the ramp. Asuna with the satchels to get control of that area. You already see King propped up with util, a flash on the first contact. Camera even seeing the Gecko out towards the A ramp. So they know the hit's still coming towards this A site. Exchange of utilities. Once that's done, see if that bloodbath will happen for these trades.
Tex insight just behind Discipline Box. Cryo with this lurk in mid. Have to expect it. Astra can be wherever she wants, and A is going to be taken, or Heaven's going to be taken once again. Whether or not they deploy the same strat 3 rounds in a row, we'll have to see. Cosmic Divide comes down, and Heaven is once again 100Thieves.
And a Tex just shot at the bottom behind the flower pot. Only one player in the A side, but the switch comes in towards B. This is all going to get hurt as they move up towards the mail now for 100Thieves. 1 star at the top, doesn't even need to get popped as Boostio pops the head of Mazzino. 3 players left alive now for Leviaton against a full roster of 100Thieves. The plaque for B main, courtesy of Wingman once again.
Right there.
Texas looking for a play, looking for a flank, but Bang denies it right away. The last 2 players only with this Bulldog and Stinger. As 100Thieves, maybe they want Boostio to go for the hunt, try to get the thrash in the next.
Slow push? No. Oh, he just walks away. Yeah, probably just going to be the last few kills here. Looking at how 100Thieves is running this comp, especially off that Cosmic Divide, maybe push?
Yeah, look at him just run it.
They're trying to find him.
Allowing it for Boostio to try to push forward, and there you go. He gets the kill. That's perfect. So he'll have to thrash in the next round. Spike will go off.
Yeah.
Aspas doesn't die to the spike on top of that. And 100Thieves, a very convincing second map.
Absolutely. Looking at now how they're working with that Cosmic Divide, it almost revealed what they want to do once it's a gun round. If you have cryo cells roaming around the map, able to hit shots like this, you have a wall that gets where you wherever you really want on A ramp to A heaven, you still have all of your stars for another move. Once they got into sight, nobody on the side of Leviaton could peek because they had stars in their face. They could have gotten warped into a gravity well. There is so much control on the map from these 2 controllers.
There's a ping for this for the same hit, but look at the position from King all the way towards now. Could actually stun across to get that support. Kong will be able to get that pick onto Asuna, but not before Aspas falls. Off the timing, though, Bang pushes up, and Kong falls down. And then Tex. It's going back and forth towards the A-ramp battle.
We knew it was volatile over there, Vans. It does not stop into the second half either. Coming down to a 3v3 now. Tex basically hanging on by a hair at 1 HP. It's going to be Thrash into B, and it looks like 100Thieves will follow to try and bring us to a map 3 on this round. Wingman's about to go out, and they're about to set up this post plan.
Big flank watch, big battle. The hat allowing King to get an advantage against EU. But EU goes for the wide swing instead. Only 1 left at 1 HP. It's Tex moving up towards the mail. Boostio, meanwhile, has picked up the Thrash just to get for a second time more information in the B site. And as EU swings out with it, 100Thieves close out that second map.
Whoa, this, I think this just some.
Chat, sorry, we're gonna have to probably fix this headset, and then we'll see you in the Pacifics.
A slight audio issue. We're gonna handle that right now. Nobody expected this. I think the players didn't expect this as well. What a good game from 100Thieves. The first one, a great game from the Leviaton. And does this toss up the group? What a question now, right? We have a 3rd map that's gonna decide these 2, and We're going to Icebox for the first time in Americas for the start of the season. I'm so excited, Van Silly.
Yeah, and when you're looking at the map beetles once again of how that panned through, it was actually 100 Thieves' opportunity to see what map they wanted to ban and see what map they wanted to play. So again,
They're
an
like
opportunity
Sunset
here,
now.
a new strat book coming out for 100 Thieves, and I'm looking forward to see what's going to happen on Icebox, and that will be after the break when we return with the analyst desk.
The added volume definitely gives it a more defined look. It was like day and night. My jawline was more defined after the treatment. I wanted something just subtle and natural looking. Juvederm treatment's definitely something I'll continue to do.
For important safety information and to find a licensed specialist, visit juvederm.com.
Barbie is so much more than that.
Let us show you. Hi, Barbie.
Barbie. She's back.
Barbie, you still in doubt.
Yeah, with Bustio coming in and also Zix, they're both from EG, so they both kind of have like the same philosophy or ideas on how we should play the game. They're pretty adamant on having everyone comfortable and having everyone. They encourage people to go for like higher risk plays, because in this game, if you try to play too perfect, then that's not how you play the game correctly. Honestly, I think it's something we learned from last year. So this year we're trying to put more focus on people are more comfortable to make plays and play how they want to, kind of thing.
It was a change in philosophy for the core of the 100 Thieves lineup, but that change brought them a victory, and a dominating one at that. A 13-3 conclusion on Split, and frankly, 100 Thieves looked like they were just vibing out there, man.
And what he was talking about was like completely apparent in how they were playing. You're talking vibing because it was looking easy, but they were just like walking and taking space. The amount of utility they had at their disposal for any sort of early or mid-round aggression was just insane. And like they were saying, they're playing completely confident, opening up for big fights.
And I love their commitment to the Gecko on both maps we watched thus far, because I think that agent fits that style so well. You re-clear space together with your Raze, pick up your util, you do it again. Boostio was so proactive on the defensive side to get information, and on attack as well. I think when you're playing that agent and you're always being able to get space, recover your utility to take more, it works so well for an IGL like him who loves to be in the front, taking fights, making those plays happen. And I mean, it shows in the scoreline 13-3. What a recovery from that first map.
And obviously everything was going well, but the retakes in particular. 100 Thieves winning 3 of the 5 retakes that they went for. It was just absolutely money. Again, there's nowhere to actually comfortably play on site because of the overwhelming levels of utility, from paint shells to the Gecko spit just going all over the ground. You have Wingman to help defuse. It's just nuts.
And I didn't like it as much on the first map, but I really thought that that Fade Gecko kind of double initiator combo really shined here. They had a lot of nice lineups where they'd throw the Fade Eye on one side, the Gecko Dizzy on the other, and make it really tough to break one of those. And at the same time, the Raze is double satchelating and Mollies are coming in. It was clear that, well, this stuff was practiced and drilled. A lot of it was also kind of done on the fly. The coordination was there to be able to adapt these plays to whichever space they needed to take, which I thought was missing from 100 Thieves last year.
Yeah, without a doubt. And it's so clear now that this team getting that confidence, that win under the belt on stage, that's got to feel great for them. But the job's not done yet for 100 Thieves, and far from done as well for Leviaton. But, though, to shine light on some of these players here, Asuna EU certainly have been very impressive throughout. I mean, EU, no shocker there. Young rookie here looking to make his name. But
the fakest rookie of all time. This guy literally played Fade in Tier 1 on this map before with NRG. Honestly, it was so cool to see him back on the agent, comboing well with Asuna. And in particular, it was these mid-round fights into mid that were so dominant. The Gecko Flash came in and helped them out, but it was really Asuna and EU that were putting themselves in the fights first and foremost, and they just dropped a massive one.
And a lot of people critique Asuna for his inconsistency and struggles when he's trying to flex around on a bunch of different agents, but sometimes you get a map like this where he gets to play his Raze. It's almost always that Raze that he looks so good on. And again, going back to that interview, that's what we've been waiting for with 100 Thieves. Give Asuna the freedom to make these plays, to double satchel forward, to have his initiators there behind him. It was all clicking so well on that last map.
And that is the turnaround, right? Because we talked to Zix after that first game disappointing loss, and he said, yeah, the things that we were doing well, we just weren't. It was about the micro adjustments, about playing well together. And boy, were they in sync on that second map of Split.
And honestly, my bet is that between maps, it was Boostio and Zix going out there just like Ron is, hey, we're good. We're here for a reason. We can go out there, we can frag, we can take these risks, and they brought that into Split, and it looked great. But they still have to close out the series, and there is still time for Lev to recover on Icebox.
Yeah, and let's actually go ahead and talk about Icebox then. That's going to be our third map, the decider here in this awesome series that we've been treated to thus far. First time we're going to be seeing, first time we're going to be seeing it. I'm excited, curious to see how the changes impact things, to see what compositions we bring to the table here, Ender.
The changes are so good. And also, right when Icebox got taken out of the pool, that was right when Harbor was dropped, and people were finally starting to have some different ideas of how to approach this map. We're now living in a world where the best comps, in my opinion, it's Harbor and it's Viper, and it is heavy control that you have to work with.
And we saw that played in the offseason from 100 Thieves. I also think I maybe got a snake.
Wait, hold on.
Maybe a Gecko there?
A Gecko?
I don't know. They seem to be liking it. And I think Gecko is so
I just feel like when you dye your hair that color, you got to commit.
Yeah, and I also love him on this map on attack, because similar issues to Split, where it can be really hard to infest that person to get the spike down, where util stall is so good to deny it, pop down a Harbor Cove, send your little guy in, and then everyone else can have guns out to be fighting forward and take space back site. It's so good.
It's literally like this map, you had to play Sage back in the day because that was the only way to plant the spike on B.
The shackles are off.
Yeah, literally. So now you have Harbor, you have Gecko, all those options.
Sage main's in shambles right now.
No, literally. Sage has, this was her map, and now there's just better options. You can still play the Sage comp, but I don't think it's going to be super popular. If anything, I think Harbor plus Viper is so good because it allows you so much more control on the B side.
Aspas on Reyna. Aspas on Reyna.
I've been seeing this, and I do think it's good. Basically, Jet priority has fallen off a little bit. I think most teams will still play the Jet, but because of the changes in B main, Jet doesn't have the same mobility and ability to dominate that area of space, and the Reyna can be very annoying at disrespecting multi-smoke comps just walking on through it.
That's so cool. It's Aspas on Reyna. He's going to shoot them.
Yeah.
He's going to shoot them very well, is my hope from Leviaton. But yeah, legitimately, his flashes are...
Also, Asuna on the Gecko.
Yeah,
as well.
He's played it before. He's a flexible player, willing to switch on over, which means we get to see Cryo back on his Jet, which is going to be cool to see.
And the interesting thing here, similar to Icebox we saw in the past, is there's not a ton of dedicated flash agents. You have the shooting flash agents that are coming out, and that's because A site, there's so many areas to hide away, so you don't get full on hit. The blind of a Dizzy or a Reyna, much more effective than your typical KO stuff.
100 Thieves is giving up the Harbor or the Sage with this comp. If they are not fighting forward together and really well coordinated, they could get punished to not have that defense when trying to plant the spike or retake.
Well, it's time for map 3, and the winner moves on to face Loud next week. And look, listen, Riot Games Arena, I know it's a little late, but make some noise as we get ready for this matchup. We send it back over to Ribbon Vans.
Thank you, GB, and definitely Rivington. You can see that these two teams have been working hard right now throughout the offseason to come out with something quite interesting now on Icebox for map number 3. I'm loving the Harbor on one side here for Leviaton, but on the other end, bringing in a Gecko out. Mimi talked about it. Asuna played it before back when 100 Thieves are playing very strongly on Haven, Rip Haven. But yeah, I'm looking forward to see this Gecko on Icebox.
Rip Haven. I'm excited to see what happens if we get our first Icebox here, how people are going to play it. Teams revealing that in their plays, it's a little bit harder for the defense to hold that early part of B, to get control of what coming through mid, underneath, a little more room so you're not bumping your teammates, all the stuff you want to get in that quality of life when you're getting in there and making a game as volatile as this. We're in and we're towards A here for 100 Thieves on attack first.
And quick, Cryo playing back in the Jet, first blood, back in the comfort zone for 100 Thieves on the attack of Icebox. Instantly, the rest of Leviaton are pulling back in the A site. The 3 players, one with a rotate for the support. I'm just waiting here for 100 Thieves to find a better timing to hit the site.
They'll push in soon. There it is. It's got to be off that Cryo Cell's pushing, breaking the crosshairs, breaking everything, but the whole team is in the same spot. They got to get back to defensive spots or keep pushing forward.
Yeah, and I love it. Oh, Mazzino's trying to find a timing shot darts to get some damage as well. Kong gets the pick with the Ghost. And even a third for the map. Only 2 players left alive. Backstab from Tex in the front of 410. And wow, that was a quick retake from Leviaton.
Fish in a barrel. 100 Thieves is the fish. A was the barrel. Leviaton coming right in. 100 Thieves didn't have a chance to spread out, get themselves into position and figure out what could be a defensive position. Holy moly, that was quick from 100 Thieves, or sorry, Leviaton to come in and take out 100. There. And we'll see how else they can get in. We know now Cryo Cells is going to be the spear of this one, as we would expect. In and out, trying to do what he can to get across these ropes. And I love just to bring up as well as we're getting around to the Aspas Reyna, right? We remember this is almost to be Asuna's playground on Reyna back in the day. So well, Asuna's got that kind of inkling of what Aspas may want to do here.
The good old Asuna playing the Reyna against what we know was like M3C back then, right? Come back on the Asuna.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago, once upon a time.
They go towards A once again. A lot of contact play here coming out from 100 Thieves to start off. Dodging out on these sonar bolts.
Okay, an instant dink onto Asuna. And at the same time, we have an outlaw coming out from comms, and this is a pretty good weapon to play with. The crossover from Belt could do a lot of damage, and it starts with a Dizzy out. Wall to deny the push through. Again, a combination from the shock darts. Mazzino playing towards the dice. The support's there. No opportunities for 100 Thieves to move in even for a plant. Oh, okay. Until this right click comes out from Bang, though. 2 players left alive. Gets the time on the other one. Oh, that's the 4th. Has to clutch it. The backstep from King. That could have hurt Leviaton, but at least it could breathe a little bit.
Oh my gosh, down to the wire there, King, with a beautiful flank, as well as something 100 Thieves is going to keep in the back of their mind, that round was won by King coming around from Nest. So that push positioning is something they look for, but Mazine here, beautiful job inside sight, collecting multiple kills as well. Get that reckoning up early. It's going to be impossible for 100 Thieves to want to take an A site this enclosed. So close to getting it. You can see what it meant to Bang. Mentioned it before. He is so good on the pistol rounds and only snuffed out at the end there.
Wait, the recall was missed, so this allows Leviaton to move forward and get the pick onto Busio and dismiss away. Cascade even to allow for Leviaton to pull back and play the numbers advantage.
You did good. Slow movement to pipes. A bit of noise being made here, but they're setting up for the protocol. One wall after the other. I like the constant delay here from the Harbor with the Viper wall going down, but it's not going to stop 100 Thieves.
Running through, slowed down by the high tide util on both ends. Good for the 2 for 2, but overall, a plant from the wingman, EU alone. Unaware of a flank, trying to look back. He has actually no information on where the players are except for one. Jumping on the top of heaven, the back of the A side. And that bubble is going to make it so difficult. Aspas, his own 4 kill in round number 3.
And the Empress is online too once they get into this round. So bonus grab there. 100 Thieves is getting to the site. Post plant for Leviaton though is just too strong at the moment. 2 diffuses there, one just all out frag round in round 2. Man, entries into the site, they're getting them from so far away without having to consider the trade, without losing members or even health. And man, Aspas already feeling good at 5-1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up the board. Everybody participating here for Lev with some frags. And looks like we get round 4. It's going to be the first hit towards B for 100 Thieves here. Maybe a little orb control and just creeping around to work the map a little more than just A here.
Late orb just dropped. That'll be a call for Leviaton to know that the leans towards this B side, so that's the instant rotate from Leviaton too. Beautiful Hunter's Fury, pings on a few, kill on 1. And an early advantage for Leviaton, make it easier for the retake.
Plant under safety. 1 Viper's bite to be shot off yellow if you need to. Or that.
Oh! Saw the Empress of Aspas who was trying to get that off angle, but Mazina was there for the support from the kitchen. Reckoning out to try to deny that pit that got popped out here on the attack from Bang. Staying alive. Shot darts coming through. There's the stink bites you were talking about, Riv. That's denying and delaying that defuse to happen. But Mazzino and King push forward and drop 2. Includes the pit. EU in the back. Sprays on the first. Trying to get it through the dome. But then the other 3 from Leviaton. Closes in from all different angles. And they're continuing 4 as 100 Thieves are scoreless.
Leviaton, so calm in these takes. Another post-plant hit. I think the mix-up here for 100 Thieves was the fact that, yeah, pit went down. It looked like great defense, but outside the pit, they tried to thrash. Thrash didn't hit anything. They come up with no return on investment there. They're kind of left wondering how much Leviaton is then going to be encompassing the rest of that pit. It really just allowed Leviaton to get closer and closer before making their execute. This is going to be a timeout for 100 Thieves here. Clean play from Leviaton, even after taking such a hit we just saw on Split. They shake it off and they come out strong here on map 3 of Icebox.
Yeah, it seems to be very annoying to play against this double controller that Leviaton's been using towards this A side. If it's not to decay through, they're getting slowed down from combination of utility. And I mean, Com's continuing being so good on his utility. Shock darts after shock darts to do chip damage to kills, and Hunter's Fury to support across the map as well.
Right.
100 Thieves had to figure out a way here to maybe bait out this utility as well.
I think that's a great point, because I was going to say, okay, what's the way to do this, right? Mid gets very scary with the amount of openings, so we haven't really seen anybody tempt that. 2 set up for it? No, the turret goes back down. So 100 Thieves still going to work the extremities here. The slow play towards A continuously, think it just meets the Viper wall and then meets a Harbor wall, and 100 Thieves will still push through that. The problem is finding the angles Leviathan is protecting each other on right now. So it's going to come up to where they get these sonar bolts, or at least a drone when they get the chance to use it here from the side of 100 Thieves. Default play, seeing what the pushes are and who might be playing in what site here. They're just going for info. They don't want to go 5 down at this point.
Leviaton's covering all stops after the Yell drone that Bang thought that he was able to avoid, and the Larbot already goes down from text, pushed all the way forward so that they could get information if somebody's trying to creep towards the pipes. But as it gets broken, 100 Thieves are falling back to group together towards the A site. There's still 2 players here of Lev. High-low on the top of 410. Aldrone to come out and trying to get a timing. They miss it, but at least Aspas is still up there to get the headshot into crowd to dismiss away.
Ready for the contact plays. Just open on these angles. Up, elevated, down low, covering each other. Walls up. Expect the Harbor wall to come up after this if they haven't already.
But they're leaving EU behind, so he might try to go for a lurk or for a fake. And I'm assuming he's just going to wait for the rotate to come out to go for the backstab as the rest of 100 Thieves are moving towards the B site. There's still utility to delay at that spot, though, so this is going to be still difficult for 100 Thieves to hit.
Here come Lev. They start to transfer over as well. Game of cat and mouse for EU and Aspas.
He's feeling it, though. Aspas was waiting the whole time, but the Stinger quick shots is even better. Plan attempt to come down with success as the wall comes down on the defense. Tit for tat as we go towards the B site. The numbers, oh, that push coming through from the Stinger. Calm is now alone. Big recon dart. Second one to come out on the attack. He does isolate that first kill onto Asa and knows that EU is so far behind. And EU has the Hunter's Fury, low on HP. Looking for the cover. Kong gets the pick. Leviathan now have 5 unanswered.
Transitioning so well. The mid-round calling right now. Coming in from King here to get back into this round. The A, whoever was on A for Lev, letting them know no one's here. The mid-round call to get back to B. And being one of the last alive, Com knows exactly what to do in those situations, being such a good lurker. 3 defuses come in now as we see this retake back onto the site. And Leviathan will not allow 100 Thieves to get away with a round just yet. And that had to be a call, too. They'd be like, he's won. True one. So Com backs up. Takes a shot. Good team communication for the Red Bull clutch.
Yeah. And smart for EU. Who would have thought maybe you use that Hunter's Fury at that point, but you're on a 1v1. You're so far away. Com can get a halfway. You're just staying behind as the clock is still dwindling down. So you're saving for this round here. 100 Thieves still have a full rifle round to work with. There's a little bit of chip damage done, probably from some utility on the defense now. Asna and Krauslaus gets a little bit of that chipped away. Aldrone for deep information, it's not there. To see that 100 Thieves are recrossing towards the A site.
EU's Hunter's Fury is there. I could almost see using this towards screen as the team hits right side of sight. Just something early unless they want it for that post plant. It's been so tough to lock down. Com gets it. Relays to the team that they might be taking a hit towards A, so they go high for the sonar bolt.
And Asna used the Gecko to fake that he was actually going for a plant towards the A site, and that still pulled some defenders from Leviathan towards A. So that weakens up B, but it's still King and Tex here. Still utility that they have with the Viper and the KJ to delay. There's that tap attempt. There's the bang push forward to drop Mazzino. Beautiful recon dart. And a Hunter's Fury on the attack. Does get the ping and the kill onto King. Meanwhile, though, he has some replies out. Off in the hands of Aspas, who gets another one onto EU. An opportunity to play the time, the quick lurk, the late lurk from Boostio to eliminate the op and leave Calm alone once again. Recon just popped up. But using that will give his position away and allow Asuna and Boostio to get some great position on the pulse plant. There's that first recon. It does get the ping. Trying to force out Boostio, who just wins that 1v1. And 100 Thieves, they finally get an attacking round.
It took them quite a bit, but they still have lockdown now coming out of that, which is a big boon because it seems like it's requiring everything in the arsenal to make it count against Leviathan right now. The back and forth to the site, giving 100 Thieves a little more information on how Lev want to rotate, what positions they might be in. That being the first push through, not that, but the operator on Aspas, we saw Boostio take him down with the first push through. of kitchen for 100 Thieves. So they're encroaching new territory, and they're trying to take different paths to these sites. Looks like they're gonna meet a little bit of trouble here at B, guarding that orb, but also not letting 100 Thieves through with a Viper's Pit.
Yeah, they got to work with 2 new layers now for 100 Thieves. Playing against a Pit in this composition, and also playing against Aspas' op.
Lockdown?
Yeah, we're trying to work towards the lockdown here. This is actually really good. That's going to bait out Tex and try to move forward. Comes in, the others are going to spray out. Still gets the contact, runs out of bullets. Cry with the updrop, drops down to trade it right off. And that allows for the lockdown to stay up. And for 100 Thieves to maybe push forward. But there's no wall there to try to push. Bang gets picked off here by Com.
Ready for that push through tunnel.
Oh!
Fast fingers from Wingman. Cryo goes down though.
Cryo actually takes King down as we were able to get that plan Reckoning out on a defense from Mazzino. We will get information towards Yellow, but it's up to Cryo right here at the bottom of the B side, jumping up and glance it onto Mazzino. 1 more to go as the Thrash pushes forward. Com is trying to run away, and Cryocells is trying to go on a hunt. Wallbang misses. Com so far has escaped. No ace for Cryocells, but 100 Thieves will get the round.
That's wild. What does it look like when a person who usually uses an operator jumps with a Vandal? It looks like that. Oh my gosh, the tried and true play. Never really seen somebody try to strafe reposition like that with a Vandal peak, but Cryocells will. Comes up with the frag. Com's forced to run 3 living. Now 400 Thieves as we come into round 8. And Cryo's gonna have Blade Storm off of this. Finally, not on the smokes, feeling a little bit. Able to put that pressure out. It was one of our first lurks as well through tunnel that got up there. Boostio was able to get in that position through mid last time. But yeah, really pushing themselves into different spots. Leviaton was just getting full frontal hits at A and B, and they were shutting 100 Thieves down. So it's nice to see 100 Thieves try to take a few different paths and get around this Lev defense.
2 hero rifles this round, 1 purchase, and it's a glass Vandal pretty much for Aspas. Looking for a pick and to get the Empress just to get some armor back in his favor and add some pressure on this defensive hold on the B side where 100 Thieves are currently walking towards 2.
Quiet. Aspas really not making too much noise just yet, but he has to with the utility coming at him.
His teammate fell down, so it's up to him alone. And right now, 400 Thieves, they want to play their discipline because they've used the Sova utility already, and with that timing, the dash forward to just instill some fear into Aspas to allow then for the rest of 100 Thieves to move forward and get the plan in the B site. Okay, deniability out of that one. Com with that save rifle does get a pick. Another 3 versus 1. And it gets traded out here by Boostio as he drops EU.
So we go to B. Another good round at B. Takes 100 Thieves a little bit of time to figure it out, but I like your call as well. Cryocells doing the dash. Aspas was looking left of Yellow, right of Yellow, and he actually finds Boostio just doing a bit of a swing on his right side. So yeah, playing the mind games to really throw off their opponents, and they were looking at Yellow the whole time, ready for a kill there. Nice mosh too. That mosh came from Boostio inside sight, so he was able to arc that all the way over the plant spot back into that area in mid or where they would come from. Really nicely done to set up the denial onto Leviaton. Now Lev looking for an answer. Back on a gun round. They had 5 strong in a row and now cannot seem to find an answer once the spike is planted. Maybe it'll be those first frags we saw coming out on Bind that helped them get so much control in the round.
Slow things down on a high tide, and then Com recon darted towards the A site, and then booked right away to pick up the orb towards A, so denies it from 100 Thieves. After the high tide comes down, though, for the defense, 100 Thieves are starting to work out towards B. Aspas, noticing this pressure, falls back. He's now waiting for his teammates.
Quite a just bit of util drone and Dizzy to take that area, grab the orb, and head out. Blade Storm still available if they want it, as they continue to stack these orbs up. I think Austin is grabbing quite a few to get that Thrash back up. Spikes with him, why not? You're going to plant for Wingman and get some more orbs here as they set up onto A. Great job by Boostio to get himself in position.
Instant lockdown comes down before the plan even comes through. Beautiful Dizzy, but no kill! That doesn't allow for them to break the lockdown. EU gets a shot guard kill, Molly on top of it. Is it going to be enough time to break it? Nope. Asta gets the team, but at least the plant went down no matter what. 4 versus 4 for the retake. Mazzino, close angle in the front of 410. The bubble to go for the diffuser. Support across. EU with a shot dart lands right in the bubble, and Mazzino's able to dodge that. Retap, not available yet. Asta's adding a lot of pressure here. Another high tide coming up. And now as we start sticking that spike, recon dart coming through. Asta just trying to get a spray. But it's too little too late. It did work out for a bit as we were decaying from the snake bite. But Leviaton will get the defuse no matter what.
So much chaos in these rounds with that many people alive. And that's what it took from Lev. Kind of pushing themselves and wedging them into the 100 Thieves strategy to get in front of them once they got the spike down. This one is just unfortunate. You think you hit enough shots and pull away at the last second. It was not enough, as we see. Heavily plays into that round, actually.
Yeah.
And that's a defuse for Leviaton. So a bit of an error there is going to put it a little swing back in their favor. The money's still good around for full buys. Cryo's going to wait on that, though. He's only going to go for this. I actually think he has a weaponry dropped one from what it looks like.
Cryo with Bladestorm high tide out on the defense once again. So Leviaton seeing that continuous pressure out from 100 Thieves to start off the round towards B. They add power of numbers and even aggression. All of these jumps are being heard.
So far forward.
Dizzy. Never expected Aspas on the top, but it's good enough for the trade at least. The King actually lurked behind it. The Owl Drone gets denied, but they still don't have that information on King. Asna's looking to clear it. The timing on this one, and Asna will find it.
Absurd.
Comes from bottom. Bang gets to 2. Definitely absurd. It came down to timing on both sides, both camps. But the advantage for 100 Thieves no matter what.
This is wild, Van Silly. Oh, just a plant again. Almost the denial of a wingman coming through here for Boostio. Or Asuna, rather.
Found them. Killed my bot.
Oh, my word.
Swarm grenade out.
Looks like they hold it.
Yeah, he's in a tough spot at this point. The alarm bot knowing that somebody's trying to pinch behind him. Look at the economy that he currently has. I mean, it's going to be decent for the rest of Leviaton, but not for him if he's not able to save this weapon. And he's pinned within the radius of that spike now. As Bang wants to play it safe at the same time, regrouping with his teammates. You know, at the end, the spike's going to go off, and 100 Thieves are finally starting to find some light here on the successes on his B side.
Yeah, B side, the initial hit does work. If it doesn't, the second hit is A. We're not seeing the initial A hit come to fruition at all here for 100 Thieves. So they've liked the chances they have at B. If they find that first frag or they get enough of a push off and figure out who's there, they then make a mid-round call if there's no frag. So we kind of see that being rinse and repeat here for 100 Thieves now that they've figured out what is working for them. A few rounds brought a few of the members into kitchen. Have not really seen 100 Thieves venture back into that. They're staying behind each other to anchor these frags on the outsides of the map. This is going to bring up a Leviaton timeout. It is going to be a lower buy for them as they come into this round, just slightly. Still some Vandals there, but a Stinger could make the difference.
Yeah, and so far, when you're looking at Leviaton playing this map on a defense, yes, are able to delay as much as you can towards his B side, towards the A side. But really, the only thing they've been doing for taking mid control or getting information is just calm owl droning at like that 1 minute mark to try to find if there's going to be some sort of rotate across. But in the end, maybe you want to try to add a little bit more of that pressure because it really seems like 100 Thieves are working towards these extremities. So this time out from Leviaton, I want to see if there's going to be a little bit more of that aggression to fight back. And when that hit comes through, at least on those extremities, if you might want to go for those early flanks. Because 100 Thieves are doing quite good here, at least in these moments in the past few rounds. Capitalizing, as you can see now from the history, the 4 rounds of the past 5 to really make this a close game now in the first half.
Absolutely. I mean, look at just the frags on the scoreboard. Much more measured game than what we've had in the previous 2 maps, right? Everybody's needed for this one. You don't just have a top fragger pulling out the first bloods and wins on the round. Round 11. A few more seconds before we dive into this. Again, the 3-2 split. 100 Thieves start with this same bit of organization on the defense, on their attack, rather.
But for Leviaton, they're trying to give the tell for 100 Thieves that they're still doing the same thing towards the pressure on the B side, but there's only one player there with that high tide. The rest of them were pressuring for the Owl Drone, pressure out towards the A side too, and give Calm a Hunter's Fury in the mid-round.
Now Calm plays basically Boiler, middle of the map, so he can affect both sides, and Leviaton's free to just hang.
And there's that pressure on middle. Calm going for the gamble with the Hunter's Fury up towards that B side. It works out for the first kill. Tex falls though with that pressure he wanted to add towards mid. So game plan was there, but it's still read by 100Thieves. Thrash pushing forward, one to team, but it's a bait the whole time. King with the headshot, a second one onto EU. The plant attempted by the wingman. Gets denied. Pit comes out on the attack, but it's Bang alone on a 4 versus 1. Could edge around the pit here at yellow. Does get the headshot onto Mazzino. Now retakes up the spike. Tap on the spike to go around towards the back of the site, but Aspas is there.
Good thought coming in from Bang. Nice read from Leviaton. Again, the 2-3 ends at B. They found a bit of that aggression going in, and I think, once you rightly called it, Calm was going to ult them. 100Thieves was forced to stick with what they were going with. So much chaos was caused by that. What a quick play. Just a drone up into A, and that Hunter's Fury from across the map helps to solidify it around here. Also from King. They had a VIP protection in Nest there for the squad, so really nice job to help Mazzino stay alive. Reckoning is ready. 100Thieves gonna have a tough time if they go towards A, but Hunter's Fury start again.
First gets a ping. Aspas is low at 80, but cannot connect with the final frag. Actually, it seems as though Aspas broke his legs to get that damage, avoiding the Hunter's Fury. But for 100Thieves, not impressed by it. They just want to continue the hit towards the A site. Wingman will be able to get that plant. Reckoning available, used right away for Leviaton. Recon dart from Calm does get the ping as 100Thieves are trying to fall back to play that pulse plant. Reckoning gets so much information and dazes a few, but Busio doesn't care. Pushes forward with the stinger. Aspas to return the favor. Krell looking for the timing in front of that generator. High tide to come up. The bubble with the defuse. The crowd moves forward. The bubble disappears, and EU on the top of the high tide. Headshot into Mazzino. Looking good here for the post plan. Aspas with the Empress. Recon dart, he breaks it, but he knows one's at the top. Should be a high-low swing very soon. Actually, it's a lurk around. Gets that first pick. There's no time left on that spike, no matter what. 100Thieves will be able to get the 5th of the half.
Not a score line you thought you would see after 5 straight rounds go to Leviathan in the beginning. And then 100Thieves start to split the map. They play it a little slower. They start working off a lot of the ultimates that they have perfectly. Really well done to figure out a way back into this game, because it looked like Lev could have just run away with it.
Yeah. It definitely looked like it was one-sided, but good on 100Thieves to be able to fight back despite one of those small mistakes. So to finish at 7-5, you'd be happy as 100Thieves fan. But now with the halftime ahead of today's match, we spoke with King about Leviaton's international roster and what it means for in-game comms.
Bueno, obviamente el tema del idioma creo que fue algo que se discutió bastante en el off-season. Ya que estábamos entre optar por algún equipo solo de hablar español o dar el paso adelante en inglés. Obviamente el inglés era mucho más arriesgado, pero creíamos que era la decisión correcta. Hasta ahora no hemos jugado, pero sí siento que fue lo correcto. Y las personas que no son nativas en inglés, siempre tuvimos un muy buen nivel. Yo me considero con un buen nivel de inglés. Aspa y Mazzino también tienen muy buen nivel y nada, no somos expertos nativos, pero nos podemos comunicar bastante bien, no solo dentro del juego, sino que también fuera del mismo, así que nada, por eso digo que la química ha sido bastante buena realmente.
Yeah, it definitely looks like there's no issues towards the comms. I mean, they've been working together throughout their offseason for a long time, right? I mean, you look at Tex on top of that. He's even traveled to LATAM to learn the culture and see what it was like and to be comfortable, with a brand new team that could potentially face those comm issues. And then they went for a full boot camp out in Europe to work on that communication, even to work on different strategies. And I mean, it's paying off so far where we're seeing a lot of different looks from Leviaton this time around compared to last season of the VCT Americas. The 100Thieves have done the same. Roster changes, new coach, working through a new strat book. We see nothing but good series so far.
Less saving.
Definitely less saving for Leviaton. I will agree with that. I will agree with that.
Less.
It seems like it's gone on to other teams that we
This
saw
is
yesterday.
true. This is very true. We did have a lot of 3-4 saves yesterday, interestingly enough. Looking to get into this one. 10 seconds before we get into second half here. Going for another full 3 maps. And I gotta love it. 100 Thieves versus Leviaton. Now 100 Thieves on the defensive side. Levs looks like they want mid right away. Main Street is theirs.
It's quick, but Mazzino's there with the frenzy. Jump surprise onto Cryo, who is ready, or at least trying to be ready to get the first blood. Instead, it's in favor of Leviaton. Both cascades being used, and realizing that the A side is open because Calm pushed forward in that area. He goes for the plant.
Very quick. A lot of commotion mid. Draws everyone out of the site for a bit of a retake play now for 100 Thieves. Something they're very used to. But is that util there? They do have... No, they don't have an EU util for the Sova. So this could be a little bit more tough to play contact in off of Dizzy.
Dizzy, but they have Sheriff on a retake too. Boostio and EU with that one. Boostio pushing forward, knows they can hold W, and he's good on these usually. He knows that there's one on either end. There's that first pick, a second one supported, and there's that third! Supported from EU, they're trying to drop down the players of Leviaton. There's only 2 players remaining. Oh, that fall! As Wingman will be the 6th man for the defuse of 100 Thieves on the pistol.
In the ways you see the team working together, you see Wingman allow them to do whatever they need to do off the spike. Every crosshair was aimed at the backside of A, and they were able to take down Lev. Very, very big round there for 100 Thieves. This push-up, absolutely clutch for Boostio. Rest of the team firing us over his shoulders to make it happen.
That's the thing, he never seemed to look back towards the top. He trusts his teammates in that situation. He knows what he has to do. With the recon dart, focus on the ground, has his teammates to watch his back, and it's been perfect for 100 Thieves for the retake in this pistol. Keeping the game close.
Turrets out, they're expecting a push here from 100 Thieves. Very correct, Leviaton predicts a bit of the pressure, but that's just going to be Tex giving that communication over to the 4 members of Leviaton here to work the orb. See a little partial one-way created there by Bang at the end of the crate on B.
Went for an early owl drone too for 100 Thieves. That path towards Boiler into the window as he didn't see anything. An orb came up, so now you're still trying to guess. Are they recrossing towards this B site? The number stayed up for a heavy mid to B for 100 Thieves. And now they go back to a 2-1-2 where all of Leviaton are pushing towards the A site and only really have this weapon right here, the Outlaw, to try to hold that push. Recon dart on the defense. And EU lands 2 there from the left side of 410 on the top of that balcony. Answered back by Tex with that Sheriff. There's that push for it, but the Outlaw shot misses. The second one will connect at least. 3 versus 1, Com falls back, and with no spike. I've seen these before. There's only 20 seconds left, so you're gonna hold W no matter what. It's gonna get hurt, and even with the alarm bot to confirm it, we're not gonna see it again. Boostio with the headshot, and 100 Thieves tie the game.
That Guardian picked up as well. EU. Oh no! You're friends.
Enemies in the server.
Oh my gosh! Of course. The crowd ready to see more. A bonus now is can 100 Thieves carry this over? The Outlaw stays. We'll watch this replay once again. There were 2 fast ones from EU in the beginning. And we have the final kills coming out over Boostio on the comm. But yeah, EU able to just thwart exactly what Lev wanted on the walk up from Aspas. As well as Tex. And it was pretty much over from there. Could be a push here from 100 Thieves on B if they don't. No, they're going to back up and come straight towards A with no noise happening yet. Seems like the rotations happen a lot faster now, at least towards mid, so people can lean towards the site on the new icebox. It's like no noise right away, play in the middle of the map.
Yeah, especially when you have so much util already, though, from what you have set up on the A site. Alarm bot puts up the wall, Tex looking for that push on middle. Boostio gets denied right away.
B is the right call. Spike's not there, though. Oh, they're going to back off. Super slow here from Leviaton. They're trying to calculate everything. Being able to break apart from this 7-7 and at least give 100 Thieves a little bit more money trouble after this is exactly what they want. Going for the for sure strat. It's Aspas on the front line. They have yet to get in the site with the spike, so that means 100Thieves is setting up here.
I think Bang instantly put the wall down so he could actually bring it back up once they're all grouped together and ready to re-hit. After this high tide comes down and the plant attempt, there is that utility coming through from 100Thieves. Dizzy hitting a few. Disadvantage from make that a 3 versus 3 after Cryo hits that shot with the outlaw into Mazzino. But Leviaton, they don't want to play the post plant. It's not planted for a post plant play. So all of them sticking within the site. Players are low on both ends. Advantage still for 100Thieves as Aspas is holding the top of the A tower. Wingman being thrown forward. As Aspas hears all of these footsteps. Last one to go. Lands that one with the Guardian. And he's just playing the time in his favor. Crowd jumping up. Aspas dodges it away. Runs back towards the screen. Crowd now sticking on the spike for now. It's at halfway. There is that swing on down from Aspas. Denied for Cryo. And they'll get the defuse and 100Thieves take the lead now on Icebox.
Cryo not being tricked out. Beautiful movement from Aspas there to get himself to safety, but Cryo gets it to half, plays the pressure game, and pulls back up for the 1v1. Gathering back in this site after that harbor wall went down was incredible here by 100Thieves. It did not look like they had a safe way in with almost all eyes of Leviaton on those entries. Still made it happen. There it is, 8-7. Now they get their bonus. The crowd's still very much behind 100Thieves, and we're going to see what they can do now with this buy round. Sheriffs across the board for Leviaton. EU focuses the Hunter's Fury, and we'll have it up now.
And they want to go quick. The Olive Drone, and that's the way. Nice shot by Cryo. You can definitely see it here from Leviaton and what we've seen at least from the harbor. The high tide to try to scale up as if it was like a prolonged B or something. But well, let's hold that thought. It should have been over by now, but Aspas opens up 2 with the Sheriff and upgrades to a Phantom. Now gets hit by a Dizzy, but does have a leer. It does get the swing onto Boostio. Instantly it comes down to EU alone. Now just got spotted on the right side of the B site. Calm moving forward with the shock darts. Tap on the spike to try to swing out EU once again. He does manage to get the hit onto King, but okay. This is gonna be expensive now for 100Thieves in the next round.
A Thrifty? After all this, it seems like it takes 100Thieves so much to get back in the site, so much to take things away from Lev, and then just Aspas running through the Sheriff. His big iron on his hip comes through, takes down the majority of what's going on in B for the side of 100Thieves, and then didn't even have to use the Empress, even though he picks up a Phantom, just feels comfortable to roll through the round. Now 18-10 out there. 3 ultimates ready for the side of Leviaton. Still that ultimate from Calm not needing to be used as we saw it picked up.
Comes down to an important play for Cryo with the Blade Storm. EU just trying to sacrifice his life to try to get the Norb and potentially just die into it because they want to just cycle potentially a quick Hunter's Fury ASAP.
I like the mid pressure. At least being able to separate the teams, but I don't know if he's going to look for Tex here on the top side.
And Tex, if he's smart, he doesn't want to recross. He just wants to watch that angle, but he's actually walking towards that. Meanwhile, though, tried to get an aggressive push towards jail. Players are falling down. Bang. 1 for his troubles. And Asuna now wants the highlight reel, and he gets blinded right away by Lear. An easy assist from Aspas for Tex to get the kill and for Leviaton to regain the lead.
A little bit of back and forth. 4 ults ready. They were able to just run through that one. Man, this is kind of what it looked like for Lev as we were going through bind here. They were coming towards the end of the map with all these ultimates ready, able to just close out the game. And watch this replay here. Get Viper's Bite to get the first blood on the round, and they continue to run after that. Something's got to come up for 100Thieves, and it looks like it's going to be a big spend. Operator coming out for Cryo to see if they can shut down the aggression, but it's at the wrong site right now.
Exactly, and even for Leviaton, they have 4 ults to work with, so if this denies a retake attempt by 100Thieves and they lose the ops, this is going to be looking very difficult for 100Thieves in the following after. A great positioning so far. They have the right read for 100Thieves that the hit's coming towards the A site, but the reckoning is dispersing them away. Even the 100's Fury forcing them to play the retake, and even as it hits 2 with the 100's Fury. Calm's been on point with his ultimate so far on this Sova. Dude, everybody's dying, even the ops down. They only had to use 2 out of those 4 ults.
Wow. Wow. Incredible. it feels like in some of these rounds, it feels like 100 Thieves isn't even getting to play. When Calm has an ultimate, Aspas is throwing the Leers, Mazzino's use Reckoning, you put your hands up and be like, okay, fine, I get it. It's basically what 100 Thieves is going through in these rounds when Leviaton has all these ultimates. Impossible stuff to come out of. Another one.
Timing. It's a nice timing, right? You have the Hunter's Fury timed out with the edge of the Reckoning. Just, you know you're going to catch some players try to rotate back. And 100 Thieves, we talked about an expensive round that they spent before. Almost felt like they weren't even be able to shoot a single shot.
No.
And then they lose everything, so that's unfortunate.
And that
Lockdown.
Not even brought into play for Leviaton either. Lockdown comes in. So was it a Reckoning to completely split the site last time. Now a Lockdown. Free A 2 rounds in a row. It's about the post plan again. 100 Thieves come up with a thrifty of their own is the question.
Leviaton's playing it safe. Covering the spike with a Viper's Pit, courtesy of King, who's playing on the top of the 410. And as they're playing on the top of the screens, jumping up from the A tower, Aspas manages to pick one and get some damage done onto Bang. At this point, you're looking for exits. You know it's pretty much grim here to get the defuse. You want to get some more score? Oh, Aspas just dancing around. He's KZing around the map. As Cryo finally gets a little bit of damage done, but okay, a little bit. And finally, Aspas stops it. Dude, he is feeling it right now. This Aspas superstar.
I think we definitely said this in previous times was Asana's playground. But this is like a jungle gym for Aspas. What is this?
Or any arena at this point.
Yeah, seriously. Back and forth to dismiss off of this. I was actually unsure he could make this jump back onto the box. Oh my God. Onto 410, and then he jumps back off. Whatever.
They are definitely having fun. So the comms are not difficult here for Leviaton. But there is definitely difficulty to play against Calm of Leviaton with how he's running these ults for Leviaton against 100 Thieves. And yeah, it's a much needed timeout at this point.
There's a few things that are true in life. Death, taxes, Aspas fragging, and leaning back during a timeout. He is so calm right now. Goes back into the lean mode as they are up 3 rounds. After a back and forth second half to start here, it is just going to be 4 rounds in a row for the side of Leviaton to bring it to 11-8. So what's the answer? Cryo back with an operator. They're going to go towards A. That's just where the love from Leviaton has been going, so they predict it to happen again. And this time they're on the ball. Oh, wait a minute. Of course, Levs start to move. Cryo just wants to get a shot down the scope on this operator. Last time it got snuffed out immediately, and they have the ultimates to react to what Lev does here, especially for a retake with that lockdown. This should be 100 Thieves round.
That's what a silver lining you have for 100 Thieves is with their pressure they're adding towards this A site. Leviaton doesn't have any ults to work with to push them back, except for this recon dart. Doesn't get shot off. Crowd couldn't stay posted in that position and try to catch some players off guard. And because of that ping, all 3 players are falling back to an open to leave the site open.
Quick clear through tube. It's going to be a 4-1 kind of, or 2-2-1. They're leaving Cryo a little bit on his own here as they rotate in and out of sight, expecting the op to get that long peek. But it's going to come up to Bang. Explosion on the site, or maybe a little noise from King, and that call could make some rotations if they misread. Man, Lev is all over the map right now. This could get weird.
Yeah, it'll come down to timing at this point. There's 45 seconds left. You definitely have enough time to go for rotate back if they want to. It starts off with util being used, and there's that push. There's a timing through kitchen as well. That's Tex moving forward. Thrash being used on a defense. It's going to be difficult to retake. At least Tex gets denied entry in the B site. Bang does the same onto King. And the lockdown on defense to even run that clock down. Both players inching now towards that B site, forced to play the corner, and thankfully for them, there's no util being thrown in that corner. They'll stay alive, and it's up to Mazzino with the backstab. Hit to come out, really good so far now. Oh no! A shot guard to drop it, 8 seconds left. Mazzino with the backstab. Now at 4, the attempt. Mazzino to support. A knock jumping across. Deniability from Cryo to save that round for 100 Thieves.
He got his shot. There's a few of them there, one to count and the one that matters. They are able to make sure that operator comes through into the next round. And that is going to time out. Coming down to the wire. How else could it happen at this point in the last map of the series? Asuna able to pick up that last frag as well. We'll have another full buy coming in. Bang actually goes Bulldog Guardian. Can't decide. He's going to stick with the Bulldog to go for more shots in those close fights that Leviaton has been approaching. And again, Cascade up. Looks like they're going to actually get themselves pretty far up here on A, but that doesn't mean they're going A. Lev has switched sites multiple times now. Will they be able to push through now? Asuna and Cryo in mid.
That's right. Change of positioning, at least on a defense for 100 Thieves. Now you can post up the op to prevent the rotate from the A towards that B site. Comes down to how much can you hold for 100 Thieves now as a hit comes in for Leviaton. Shock darts to try to clear out some area, clear that push out from the defense. Aljo on the ping one, Dizzy thrown towards the air. All this deniability being used will potentially force a second cycle of Leviaton towards the A site.
And Mazzino grabbing the Reckoning there, or close to the Reckoning, one away. So that could be a very big focus for them to get back in. Spikes in his hands. They're ready to use that and control this.
Here's the thing, Tex could be telling his teammates, hey, I actually have it timing towards this B site. Do we want to rotate back to hit this area? And you could see maybe Viper. King is starting to slowly walk back.
Calm.
Doesn't have an owl drone. So this is an opportunity for Cryo to get this position at the bottom. Oh.
Super smart.
Cascade. And he'll hear the rotate, but does not. Tex does not get the timing for the backstab onto Cryo. This gives a chance here for to still be in a great position with 15 seconds left. He's going to have to play the Hail Mary here with 13 left. Might try to go for a shot and dash away. Does land it off the King. Meanwhile, though, the plant has come down. And here comes the push from Bang to support. Another one to fall. Reckoning out on the pulse plant. Calm with the Hunter's Fury. Playing 4 back on the outside at Long B. Recon Dart to get the ping onto Asuna. 4 players, 100 Thieves pushing forward. The tap on that spike to start. The first lean forward. The headshot onto Asuna. And because his teammate fell down, probably won't go for the Hunter's Fury. There's that tap. And 3 players to greet them. Cryo Cells has been the superstar for that round.
Heating up on that op. Finally getting what he needs. All right. 11 to 10. What a retake there as well. And I think the read came in. Now as Leviaton calls an op, timeout rather, an op. Yeah, Cryo's got the op. It's just on my brain at the moment. An orb was grabbed. I'm pretty sure they just read that's Mazzino's orb grab. They're looking for Reckoning again. They've been being so forceful off of rounds when Leviaton has ults. 100 Thieves read that really well. I think Boostio, sorry, not Boostio, Asuna, I keep thinking he's still on Gecko. Asuna.
It's the hair, man.
I got it, seriously. Able to throw up that Gecko. Dizzy, let them know, yeah, someone was there. It's the orb grab. Wait, they're going to try to plant for Reckoning. And as good as it was from Lev to actually get that strat out, 100 Thieves was ready to tone it down and take it out. So now, 11 to 10, 100 Thieves ready to tie this one right back up. Economy's not flexing too hard for the side of the Leviaton. If I look at it right now, they should be decent to come off with another bye if they lose this round. So 100 Thieves has a bit of an uphill battle here to go through that economy, plus a few of the ultimates that they're looking at on the side of Lev. They have a couple of their own, almost mirrored in these ults. The Duelists have it, and Hunter's Fury on the board. All right. A-Strat split again. Tex is going to be that lurker. He's been so good at kind of relaying information around, gaining space that 100 Thieves has left within the middle of this round. Is it going to be enough, though? Over-under on Hunter's Fury right away. So I feel like we've been seeing that off the rip so much from Calm here. As soon as the team's ready, Hunter's Fury towards screen over and over, and the team is free to take the site. They may deploy that here again, as A is the focus, and just a little bit of a lurk by King.
Just want to stay silent this time for Leviaton, and as they pushed a cascade forward, there was actually no snakebite or shock darts either, so maybe a fake conditioning until that Allen drone actually spots the position of Mazzino. So they probably know here, they probably have an inkling for 100 Thieves now that
was a fake conditioning, that the hit was still going to come for Leviaton towards the A site. Nice little dizzy. They were trying to swing out of that. Launch towards the ground as the push comes forward from Asuna. Nicely done, and there's that rotating instant from 100Thieves towards the A site. Hunter's Fury being thrown out now to try to delay that plant, but it gets patted down right away. Attackers, Hunter's Fury at the same time. Mazino at the top of the ropes to drop two. Turns around, stopped by Cryo with the operator. Advantage for 100Thieves as they're still trying to move within the site. Clearing at close range with the operator. Com has a shock dart lineup as well as a recon. There's that first shock dart, but it misses. Texto is still there for the support at 1 HP to get 2 headshots. Up to Bang alone. ADSing the wide swing to block the swing out and put lead at series point.
What a drop peak. Water falls off the ledge just for the extra peak from Com. Tex absolutely eagle-eyeing those shots from the Vandal on that one to help the round and bring it into Lev's favor. 100Thieves again employing this mid-push strat. We've seen Cryo and Asuna almost there every round. They finally get the kill. Doesn't matter, Lev was in sight. They were setting up, and man, it came down to the wire, but all you need is for it to fall on your side, and Leviaton make the shots count to get that result. 12 to 10. Possibly game point here as Asuna tries to get the dart.
Baiting the orb updraft over the cascade to land some daggers in the chest of Aspas. Key player down for Leviaton as the daggers have been refreshed. Of course, this is a broken buy that you have for 100Thieves. Leviaton instantly pivoting towards the B site.
Away they go. The 5v4 conversion here to happen for 100Thieves and Leviaton. They're about to just get right into the firing range of Boostio.
Recalled on the orb, the timing on that one. Triple swing up. Surprise, surprise. 100Thieves close down the lead of Leviaton, and it's gonna get decided in this final round of regulation.
All right, the money is low, but Com does have 8,000 credits at this point. So we're gonna see some weapons drop. It may not be great armor around the board, but quick movement, great pressure plays. 100Thieves even trying to regain this position. If they're not there, right, they're able to secure A little bit more. So they're trying to stay active. We said it at the beginning of the series, 100Thieves love to be active. They want to grab in from you all the time and use it against you. Possible OT coming in here. 100Thieves need to make this count.
Time for Leviaton to have a broken by. Early outro now from Com. Gets shot down right away, and Cryo is the one that shot it. So Cloudburst fakes that he's pulling back. Leviaton working towards the A site.
Mid dizzy already. See Asuna trying to get that space.
Crucial on the top. That's text to fall, and the rest of Leviaton noticing the pressure. Commits floor plant in A.
One frag to Boostio gets locked down. Is there enough time though? Thrash is there.
Will help as a Thrash to get something. Gets knocked down right away. Dizzy being thrown. Hit Cove also being thrown out from screens. Aspas getting the kill from the assist here of a recon dart, getting some information. 100Thieves coming back within the site. Lockdown is available, but it's too late to use. We're just going for another battle. Lockdown just got put. Bangs on the flank. Cannot get caught. Cove gets the kill, and Leviaton closes the series.
And what a series from both teams. Fine. Leviaton in the driver's seat with 100Thieves showing signs of life. Split. 100Thieves. It felt like a home ground for them. They run over Split as our second map, and here on Icebox, they throw haymaker after haymaker. Sova alt after Sova alt to be collecting these rounds. Fantastic play coming out of Leviaton to finally secure the win. Aspas again on top, brings Reyna into the box, comes out with 4 first bloods, and on top again for his team.
Can I also say that I love that we played Icebox and there was not a single Sage? I like that we're seeing some differences right now on how we approach this map, how we approach the play on Icebox. And yeah, definitely you should be very proud now, Leviaton, with the results that you've gotten. But, I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Talked about before the game started. You had a a champion in Aspas that joins the roster, a champion in Calm that also joins the roster, and on the other end, 2 champions, and they made it this close in the final match.
It was a slugfest, honestly, between these two. And maybe questions were answered for some. The communication seemed clean. The way the team worked together and off of each other seemed clean. And it definitely looks like the team that has a way to go before there's even a ceiling. I cannot wait to see what Lev and 100Thieves both bring to the table growing this season.
And one of those things, I just love what happened. I got to highlight it again. I think it was at round number 23 where they actually pushed forward, recalling the orb, and then catching players of Leviaton in the Owl Drone, giving a little bit of a taste of Leviaton's own medicine that they gave towards 100Thieves on Vine. So to see that these players are developing in terms of those fundamentals to work together in Flood, be more aggressive, be more assertive, and not play more reactive as the old 100Thieves, I think this still shows a little bit of hope right now and faith for 100Thieves moving forward in Group A.
It does. It does. We look back as well at the Brimstone for Cryo, his first controller Brim there in a game. But then on Jet, that's a stark difference, right? There's going to be comfortability coming in for Cryo on that Brim on controller in the future. So right now we're going to send it down to Elizabeth. She's down on stage standing by with text for the Verizon post-match interview.
Thank you so much, Vans and Riv. Can we give it up for Tex? What a beautiful debut on this stage from Leviaton. Simple question, but a necessary one. How are you feeling after that amazing debut?
Feels good to play your first game on stage and win.
Yes. And something I know, I was looking back at your social media, a little bit stalkerish, but you said earlier that like my time at the Guard is over and I'm looking for a team to be a Sentinel on. I talked to GoKid earlier and he said you and Calm just like really fit the vibe of Leviaton. Why did you pick Leviaton?
Honestly, I tried out for them, and even after the first tryout, I could tell the chemistry is just insane. We had so much fun the first tryout. They played from Chile and Argentina, and we were lagging, but we were still having fun. We still had an insane scrim day, and I knew that I saw the talent they had at that moment, and I just had to go Lev.
Gotta go Lev, and it worked out sincerely, right? Something I want to ask you is map 2 did not go in your direction, in fact, the quite opposite direction. What was the conversation after map 2 to bring it back on map 3?
Just forget about map 2. We sat down and we said, are we playing split now after we lost? We just forgot it happened and we had to lock in. I mean, sometimes things don't go your way. They had some good strats, and I mean, you just can't let it get to you. You just got to pretend like it's a new game.
Yes, but you weren't playing split. You were playing the new Icebox, and you brought out the Rain. Well, you didn't. Aspas brought out the Rain on Icebox. What were we cooking? What was that about?
I don't know. We were just picking comps, and Aspas said, I want to play Reyna. And we said, all right. That's all it took. That's all it took.
That's all it took? So if he's like, I want to play like Chamber, you're like, sure, yeah, got it?
Well, I wish, but no. Unfortunately, only him. Only he gets the pass.
Only him? All right. Something else I want to ask you is you'll be facing Loud next. Thoughts, anything you would like to say to them, or just, we'll deal with that when we get there?
Just know that we might have not had a great showing today, but this was our first game on stage, and my team will be coming full force next game, so be scared.
Be scared? Okay, why should they be scared of you?
Of me?
Oh, you or the team?
Just don't peek us. You better have some insane strats, but don't peek us.
Don't peek us. Okay, you said something in your tweet earlier about today's game saying trust the process. What did you mean by that?
I just know how hard we've been working every day. We improve every week. We set goals and we accomplish them. We destroy our goals every week. And it just feels nice to be on a team that's process-oriented and not result-oriented. I just want everyone to trust the process and know that we're going to win today.
Well, you did win today, and congratulations on that. Can we give it up for Tex one more time for an incredible showing? Congratulations, Tex. And we're going to throw it back to wrap up the day. Back to the analyst desk. Friends, take it away.
Thank you very much. I am here with the victorious Calm, and we're going to take a look at a round where you kind of owned with the Sova ult here. So I want to ask you mainly the start of this round. Instead of going for